just go to the. What's up, Apollo? Hang on, Apollo. We got some technical difficulties going on here, but it's interestingly enough, I'm not getting all crazy mad upset about it. That's kind of strange, isn't it?
I'm proud of you, man.
Yeah, I usually, yeah, you guys have seen. You guys have seen.
Are we doing a call-in show today?
No, I got to figure out how to. I got to figure out how to make it so that you guys can
Yeah.
listen too. Okay, so why is this strange, isn't it? Oh yeah, there we
I'm
go.
proud of you,
For
man.
for a call-in show, we also got to plan less topics that time.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's very true. Okay, very good.
But
Okay.
no, we could be here 6 hours.
Oh my God, dude, we could be here 6 hours without the call-ins, man. You kidding me?
Yeah.
All right, so let me start this all over again. So now that I know that we're live on the main YouTube channel, what's up, guys? It's your man Donovan Sharpe, and welcome to this edition. Wait a minute, let me put us back. There we are. Welcome to this edition of the Chop Block Sports Talk. And hold on a second, because now I got to bring the chat over here. Okay, yeah, we do it live, guys. I'm just all over the place today, but dude, I'm not losing my mind. Everything is good. Anyway, so I guess I'll just go ahead and start all over again. So we were all set to do the podcast last week, but then Mount Rose caught fire. It's called the Davis Wildfire. It started right off of I want to say Highway 580 East. Everything south of that started burning. The fire was really close. So close that I took 50 yards from my house. I probably go 50 yards northeast, and I can turn to my left, facing the southwest, and I can see the mountain on fire. I actually posted a couple of videos of the mountain on fire, so it was raining ash like it was crazy. But to this point, today, the fire is now 76% contained. The weather's been very mild the last couple of days, and that's what allowed the fire department, the first responders, to get all that taken care of. And so there's no more imminent threat. Obviously, they're still working on the fire. There's no imminent threat, though. We're not going to be in danger. Blah 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 blah. And that should be that. Now there might be smoke in the air tomorrow, but they've assured us that everything is fine, because that's just going to be it's already going to be taken care of. All right. So anyway, that is where we are today. So today we have actually, this is not the first topic I wanted us to, there we are. This is the first topic I wanted to discuss before we get into that one. So it is official. Mauricio Pochettino has officially and finally been named the bench boss for the U.S. men's national team. It is official. Finally, is of course the caption. So Miami J, talk to us about what's going on here with Pochettino.
Right. So finally, I feel like I can come on your show and be positive about U.S. soccer. Because obviously, the biggest problem with Berhalter was never the tactics, it was never the talent, it was never the formations, though those were problems.
Right, of course.
The biggest problems with them was the mentality of this team, and that was evident during Copa America, where they essentially just gave up. The last two friendlies they played against Canada and New Zealand, they didn't care, and it was obvious.
Right. Oh,
and this is supposed to be our quote unquote golden generation, and I love the way Mauricio Pochettino at his press conference just flipped the mentality like a snap.
Yeah.
In a couple of interviews, he went. Sorry, I have a couple notes here on this. In one interview, he said, Donovan, you remember this watching Berhalter. The talk was always about systems and the process and getting us to 2020. He got up there and said, I hear, and this is a quote, I hear a lot of talk about systems and processes. That's all bullshit. It's all about mentality and belief.
What? That's what he said?
That he said, quote for quote, right here.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, he said it just like that, and I loved it.
Okay. All right. So he's already making a difference in that way then. All right.
It's funny. It was funny to watch the press conference. I watched it live, and it was almost like the media was always already trying to make excuses for him.
Oh, that's what Cowherd was talking about, right?
Right. So they got up there, and Jeff Carlisle from ESPN, he got up there and he said, he made the excuse. Well, you're going to have very little time for this team.
Right.
Blah 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 blah. How do you work that around? He immediately, he doesn't take the bait. He goes, I think we have plenty of time.
Okay.
He doesn't take the excuse. With Berhalter, all we heard was, "Oh, this team's very young, so we gotta, be cautious." Blah blah blah.
Right.
They're learning. It's a process. No, he said, no. The process is bullshit. We have plenty of time.
Okay.
We're gonna get out there and do it. And
Okay. All
let's
right.
see what else I have here.
That's
He
interesting
says, I
because
feel,
it's like it's almost like
yeah,
he's letting the media know, hey man, we're not making excuses. We're not talking about systems and time.
yeah.
Like we're gonna get in there and we're gonna fucking make a
And that's
difference.
exactly why he said it. He said, I feel like we have enough time. He gave that explanation, and he goes, "We're not here to make excuses."
Woo! Wow!
And
Wow!
that's the beauty of it. Also, he was asked also, how do you get a team ready when you have so many friendly games? Because obviously we don't have to qualify, so all the games that we have to play essentially are friendlies.
Right, right.
He goes, he looks like the guy kind of confused. I forgot who it was that asked the question. I think it was the Paul Tenorio from the Athletic,
Oh, okay, all right.
and he looks at him kind of confused, and he goes, "When you put on a shirt and when you're coaching a team, there's no such thing as a friendly.
Right, right.
That's
Yeah,
for
that's
the
right.
media to talk about." So that right there already tells you his mentality that no matter who they're playing, it could be Brazil in the World Cup final, it
Mm-hmm.
could be Tunisia in a friendly. They're going to go out there and they're going to prove that they're the best team on the field on that day, under
Okay,
Pochettino with this mentality. And that's what we sorely needed on this team.
okay, good, good
That
stuff.
right
Right.
there. Go ahead, Blair.
Good.
So you see how the American media is already trying to make him into a victim, and he's not taking the bait. This is
I'm
what
getting
the
to that
American
too.
media
But
does all the
yeah,
time.
yeah.
Yeah,
Especially the American soccer media. What I'm most interested to see is so American soccer media notoriously has been very soft,
Right.
very forgiving
Yeah.
on all U.S. soccer coaches except one. The one foreigner we've had was Jurgen Klinsmann.
Right.
They
Right.
were very hard on
They
him.
were.
I want to see how they're going to treat Pochettino.
Okay.
I really want to see it
Do you think they're going
because
to give him a fair shake, or
what's that?
do you think they're going to? Do you think they'll give him a fair shake, or what do you? How do you think they'll? Well, I mean, what is your
I think
prediction?
with the World Cup coming up, they will.
Okay.
But if he doesn't achieve what he's setting out to achieve in the World Cup, they'll get on him quickly.
Okay. All right.
It won't be like Berhalter, like, oh, it's a process, blah blah
Right.
blah blah
Right.
blah.
Right. Of
And the
course.
media was the one making up those excuses for
Okay. All
Berhalter.
right. Okay.
So and he's gonna do this his way, and the media needs to give him the space to do it.
Okay.
And like I said, for the first time, I'm optimistic about U.S. soccer, and I can't wait to see this team in
Okay.
October.
All right. Good stuff. So let me ask you this: what is the timetable? Right. So, what he said we have enough time. So he's letting us know,
Yeah,
hey, we're going to improve. So how much time are we, the fans and the media, going to give? Mauricio Pochettino to not
sure.
only to turn this thing around, but for us to see real change and real difference on the pitch.
Okay, so we have a game window in October. I think there's one more in December and one in
Okay.
January.
Okay.
After that, those are going to be all friendly games. In March, we have the first competitive games with him. They'll be the Nations League games.
Okay.
Those games are going to be against very subpar opposition from the region, probably El Salvador and teams like that.
Okay.
We should dominate those teams.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I don't care where we play. We should dominate those teams, especially if we play them away.
Okay. Oh, if we play them
Then,
away.
yeah, we may have to play them away. I
Okay.
think.
And you think we should dominate them
We'll
even if we play them away?
we'll play one home, one away. Berhalter could never win an away game
Okay. Okay.
ever.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
and Pochettino needs to prove that he can do that and the media again always made excuses. Well, it's hard to win in CONCACAF to go into these places and
Yeah.
try to win
Yeah.
again. No,
Yeah.
actually, I don't know if you know this. When the U.S. failed to make the World Cup in 2018,
Yeah. That was bad.
the right after the game in the press conference, and I give props to Bruce Arena, because the media started talking about the bad field conditions.
Right. Oh, right. 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 Right.
Yeah, and Bruce Arena, yeah, he mentioned the field before the game,
Okay.
but after the game, they asked him, "How do you move on from this and get ready for the games that you have coming up in a couple of months?" He's like, "I'm not getting ready. I failed. I'm resigning right now."
Wow.
And he turned in his resignation. On the flip side, Berhalter had the Copa America fiasco, and they asked him, "Are you the guy to take this to 2026?" And he goes, "Yeah."
Oh, yeah. So
I'm sorry, that just shows no shame to me.
no, I totally agree.
But yeah,
No, dude, I wholeheartedly and totally
yeah,
agree. I think that to me, that just says that there's a lack of self-awareness there with Greg Berhalter. Because
absolutely.
at that time, I think it was obvious to everyone on the team,
Yeah.
USMNT, like it was obvious to everyone that he was not the guy. And for him to say it's, what that almost reminds me of is I remember just to take it to a football reference. I remember Zach
Yeah.
Wilson. They had Zach Wilson in an interview, and he had played a terrible game that day. And one of the media members, and they totally set him up, but they said, do you feel responsible? Do you think you let your teammates down?
Yeah.
And Zach Wilson said no, and he got absolutely crucified for it.
Yeah.
That I think is in the same vein with what Greg Berhalter
Yeah.
said about him being the guy.
I think so too.
It was
And you
obvious.
know what? And it was obvious that attitude of Greg Berhalter, that nonchalant, careless, entitled attitude, had
Yeah.
bled down to the players.
Yeah.
Because I remember
Yes.
very, very famously, well, in the soccer circles, very famously, after that disaster in Copa America, between the game and the press conference, they asked Matt Turner, how do you guys fix things going from here? How do you guys improve? He's like, well, I don't think there's anything wrong with our process at this point.
Oh my God, yeah.
Sorry, your process had been broken a
Yeah,
long
like,
time ago.
dude, yeah. There's
So,
no self-awareness at all, man. No self-awareness at all.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So yeah, that's my rant for the evening, man. Let's go USA.
All right.
I'm
very
happy
good.
as hell about this one.
Listen, I'm very happy about that.
Oh,
too.
sorry,
Oh, go ahead.
I didn't finish the timetable.
Yeah,
So
go ahead.
we'll
Yeah,
have
the
those
timetable,
games
right.
in.
Right. How long will we give him?
Well,
Yes.
so we have those games in March. We should see some improvement there.
Okay.
Now, mind you, as the fans, this guy's going to the World Cup. We're not getting rid of him.
Okay.
So
Of course not. No.
we might as well just get used to that. However, in the summer of next year, we have the Gold Cup. Normally, the Gold Cup's a very easy tournament, but this year we're inviting two teams from South America, Brazil and Argentina, two teams from Europe. It's going to be France and I think Spain,
Okay.
and also two teams from Asia, Japan, and I don't know. I don't remember who the other one is. So this is going to be a very competitive Gold Cup. So
Okay.
we need to have a very good showing at that Gold Cup.
Okay. So
Yeah.
the Gold Cup. That's when we're like, okay, like what's it going to be? Like, is it?
Yeah.
And
Let's see what we got.
Okay. All right. Well, very good. Very good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that makes perfect sense. Okay. Jay Blaze, do you have anything to add to the soccer conversation, or are we ready to move on? Uh-oh. What happened to him? Did he freeze? Hold on.
Oh, maybe.
Oh boy, he's frozen and I can't see him.
Oh, there he is.
Nope, there he
maybe.
is. Oh, nope, he dropped off. All right. He'll be
Ah,
back.
man.
That's right, he'll be back. All right. So what we're gonna do now, guys, is so what I'm gonna do is we're gonna move into the main sort of the main topic of what we're talking about. There's Jay Blaze. Add to the stage. Very good. Why is that's weird. Hang on a second. Hold on, I'm going to stop sharing for a second because this is all
Yep.
screwy. So what we're going to do now, guys, what we're going to talk about, not the Chrome tab. I need the window. That's it. Okay, that's it. That's right. Now, okay, very good. Now we got the right stuff up here. So we all saw what happened on Thursday night against the Buffalo Bills. Tua Tagovailoa suffered another concussion. But before we get into this, for those of you who are not aware of why we're having this conversation, we're actually going to play a few videos just to show you guys, where we are leading up to this. So this game right here, so this video, and I'm going to play it without the audio. I'm going to play it without the audio because I'm not sure I'm even supposed to play this. Okay, so this is against the Buffalo Bills, and there's instant. So he suffers. So here's what happens. He got slammed down. I don't know if they're going to. So he gets slammed down. He hits his head on the turf right there. He gets up, and as he starts to walk back, he starts to stumble. Do you see this? He literally falls down. He starts to stumble. Clearly his head, look, like you see him falling over, and like he is clearly impaired. The weird thing was about that, Miami J, is that he was back in the game for the second half. Then they had a Thursday night game against the Cincinnati Bengals. And guys, I'm going to warn you, this is some disturbing shit to watch. It really, really is. So I'm going to warn everybody up front. This is some disturbing shit to watch. I got to tell you guys, this was probably the scariest thing I have ever seen on a football field. And that includes, that might even include the Damar Hamlin situation. So here we go. So Tua goes back to pass. He throws the ball. He gets slammed down. Now watch his hands. Look at his fingers. Look at his hands. Look at that. That is absolutely, guys, that is, dude, that right there, that is terrifying. That is the scariest thing I've ever seen on a football field. Unbelievable. Then he got another concussion in week 16. That's why Skylar Thompson had to play against the Bills in the playoffs, and they actually did all right. They actually gave the Bills all they could handle in that game. So the 2022-2023 season, Tua, he played all 17 games, including the playoff game against the Kansas City Chiefs when it was like negative 40 degrees or some shit like that. Then this happened on Thursday night, this past Thursday night. So it's 4th and 4. Tua drops back. He runs into DeMar Hamlin. Boom. And once again, you see his hands and his feet. Like, that is just, that is scary. Guys, that is some scary stuff. And so, people started asking the questions, hey, should Tua retire? Well, Manti Te'o, who is also Hawaiian, Samoan, Pacific Islander, had some comments about the situation, and he got a little bit emotional. And here is that video.
That when I saw him have to be carted off the field, I wanted him.
Hang on.
This, Kyle, after he suffered the one against the Bengals, I wanted him to walk.
There it is.
That when I saw him have to be carted off the field, I wanted him to walk. Like, that was
Yep.
That was hard, bro.
Hell yeah, man.
Like, what people have to understand is this is just a game, and then there's life. And when you watch a young man that you've known since you was a little boy, go out there. Is it hard for me? Yeah, but I can't imagine how it is for Uncle Nalu and Auntie Diane to watch their son again go down. And, Calais mentioned it was so good to watch him stand up. For somebody that's been in that situation who have had a concussion, I don't even know if Tua's there as he's walking off the field.
Yeah, right.
Like, there's been clips of me after concussions getting off the ground and walking off the stadium, walking into the locker room. I don't remember those walks. Wow. It's like I wake up. I remember when it was a playoff game against the Broncos, I got knocked out the second quarter of that game. I got up. The camera footage shows me walking into the locker room. Kyle, I didn't wake up. I didn't come to until the fourth quarter. It was 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and I was sitting in the locker room trying to figure out why am I in Denver. What? And so to see my brother Tua go down like that, it really just makes me, I want the best for Tua, the man, the father. He's a father of two now. I want him to be able, not today, but 10, 15, 20 years down the line, to be able to raise his children, to be able to walk his daughter down the aisle. That's what I want for Tua. That's true joy. And I know the competitor in Tua, everybody, like how Jamie talked about, slide Tua. Like, I was saying the same thing, bro, just slide. But knowing the competitor in him, he wants to win. He has a whole new helmet just to protect him. He lost weight just to protect himself. And to see him go down like that, I don't mean to get emotional on the show, but it was big for a family member to watch him go through that again. And I'm just so grateful that the NFL community has rallied around Tua. I just hope for my little brother that he sees, and he understands, knowing that his makeup, he understands what's important in life. And I just hope that he makes the right decision. Like Kyle, I'm not going to make that decision for you. I'm not saying to step away from the game. As a brother, I just want the best for you, and whatever that looks like for Tua and the Tagovailoa family, that's what I want for him.
Damn, man. That's
Tua and the Tagovailoa family, that's what I want for him.
Sorry about that. Oh, there we go. Oh, shoot. Oh, there I am. Oh,
what are those thumbnails for?
I don't want the best for you, and whatever
I'm trying to switch. I'm trying to switch back, but TikTok is not letting me. Okay, so give me your thoughts. Oh, there we are. Oh, that's F-Boy Island. We don't want that. We don't want that. We got this. Okay. So, what are your thoughts? Now, here's the thing, man. I did not know. I didn't watch that video. I hadn't seen the video until just now. But I didn't realize, and it's interesting, when you did watch him walking off the field and into the locker room, it did look like it looked, I don't know, maybe this is just hindsight being 2020, but it looked like he kind of had like a glaze, like he didn't look like he was walking right. He was kind of lumbering along. He just didn't look right. So Miami J, you're a Dolphins fan, you're a Tua guy. What are your initial thoughts on this whole situation?
Yeah, before I talk to that, let me just say I've seen a few Dolphin fans on social media and whatnot. Not a lot, but a few very vocal ones, calling Tua soft and blaming him going down for the loss to the Bills.
What? Oh God.
The Dolphins were going down to the Bills well before Tua ever got hurt. And you want to call him soft, dude? I don't see you strapping on a helmet, going out there and putting your life at risk. So all of those people need to shut up.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
Yeah. Next, I'll look. If it had been the one plague season that it was really bad 2 years ago, and then he came back, had a great year last year, but this happened again, happened week 2. First off, if he doesn't retire, he needs to sit out the entire season.
Okay. Oh, I had not thought about that.
And I want to see Tua out there as much as anybody. I'm a Dolphins fan. Skylar Thompson can't take us to the damn playoffs.
No, of course not.
So, I'll give up my season to have this guy back next year because Having said that, honestly, if I'm him, I'm highly considering retirement at this point.
Okay.
You have to. You got paid already.
Yeah.
Don't put your life at risk.
Yeah. All right, Jay Blaze, what are your thoughts on this?
So, Tua, dude, it's scary because you don't know what kind of hit is going to do that because DeMar Hamlin, that was a very clean tackle. Like it was like off to the right, so he didn't hit him dead center.
Yeah. Right.
And it was just scary. And then with the fingers, that's the nervous system just doing something to your nervous system, and it's not going to get any better. Like if you get hit like that again, and he has to really think about it because I didn't know Tua had kids. He has 2 kids and a wife, and you have to think about it. Like, dude, with the OJ stuff, like you can't tell me OJ before the NFL would have done what he did.
Yeah.
And it's very scary, the mind, because you even I bet you don't even know if your thoughts are getting affected with this like brain injury and stuff.
Right.
And dude, it's very scary. And they're sacrificing life. He's had a terrific college career, and he could have like a QB coach in any probably any program in college.
Of course.
And
Absolutely,
it's awful because it would feel better if he was 35 and he already had his career.
Right.
Sure.
And he's just, but dude, it's just
his 5th year.
It's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is actually this his 4th or 5th year?
4th.
Okay, yeah. It's only his 4th year. Just extended him. Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I think it makes me think back to Luke Kuechly and how shocking his retirement was.
Yes.
And how he said I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hope Tua comes to that realization because 2 hits like that. I don't know if you guys know this. I went to combat medic school when I was in the Army.
Yeah.
They teach you when your arms bend out or in like this after hitting your head. That is a serious neurological problem.
Oh my God.
That is a medical emergency, and to have it happen twice,
yes,
dude. Yeah, I mean, come on.
You want to know one of the scariest things about that hit is that it wasn't even that hard of a hit, guys.
Exactly. Taylor Twellman. Do you know who Taylor Twellman is?
Yeah, Taylor Twellman is the guy who was a good friend of Junior Seau before Junior Seau killed himself because of CET.
He's done a lot of really good work on this stuff, and mind you, he was just a soccer player, but he took a couple of heavy hits to the head, and it caused him to retire very, very early. Wow, I hope Taylor Twellman gives this guy a call, because as much as I hate Taylor Twellman as a pundit, and I do, he's been very, very good on this.
Okay.
He needs
Oh, go ahead, Jay.
No. And let's think about the lineman that if he whips him back, think about what that line's going to think. If he ruins Tua's life.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The amount of guilt it will be on that lineman. So you're not only putting your career on the lineman that could be just just an undrafted guy who can barely get in the team. Yeah, he could be the one that gets absolutely rocked online for saying, "Oh, this guy crippled Tua." Yeah. It's very sad.
I'll
Yeah.
actually tell you a couple of stories.
It's not good.
I'll actually tell you a couple of stories about that. LeVar Arrington was the guy who ended the career of Troy Aikman, and LeVar Arrington has still never lived that down. LeVar, and I remember, I watched that game live. I knew, and it was a helmet-to-helmet hit. This was before we knew it was a helmet-to-helmet hit. Troy Aikman was running out of bounds. Boom, helmet-to-helmet. He stayed down. Something in me told me, you know what? I think Troy is done with football. Sure enough, 2 weeks later, he's at the podium crying. He was
Retired.
done. He retired. LeVar Arrington has never, ever lived that down. Lawrence Phillips, Jesus Christ, what a story that guy was. Lawrence Phillips, by the way, used to play running back for the University of Nebraska. Probably one of the greatest college running backs, of that era. Played with Tommy Frazier, won a national championship, 94, 95, Tom Osborne, all the rest of that. Lawrence Phillips eventually he was drafted in the first round to the St. Louis Rams. He was a troubled guy, was always in trouble with the law. Lawrence Phillips, while he was in the NFL, he missed a block. He missed a block on a defensive lineman that came in and rushed Steve Young. That ended his career. And Lawrence Phillips never lived that down. So can you imagine being the safety, God forbid, the safety or the linebacker or the lineman that hits Tua that one last time, and maybe he doesn't wake up, maybe he has brain damage, maybe there's permanent, I could not imagine this. I was talking to Devin about this tonight. If I'm Tua's brother, I'm telling him, dude, you gotta walk away, man. Because the one in Cincinnati, that was horrible. That was terrible. And it's happened again. I can't even, honestly, guys, I can't even imagine I can't even imagine what happens if he gets another concussion like that. I couldn't stomach that. I really could not. Go ahead, Miami J.
No, I was just agreeing with you.
Oh, okay.
God,
Yeah.
I'll always remember a E60. Yeah, I'll always remember an E60 where this baseball player who's a journeyman veteran, he's seen it all, and one of his players got sweet chin music. So as a player, you're supposed to throw it up high to a player who barely got on the roster. It took him out, and the journeyman veteran never recovered, and he pledged his career, his life to get this kid back in the league. It affected him that much. And think about it, it could be like a that just routine tackle, and then two is just on the ground.
Man,
and dude, it's scary.
I keep going back to the fact that the hit, it wasn't even that bad.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, it wasn't even his head was almost turned to the side. It's the impact was not, I don't know. Listen, I'm sure the impact was certainly heavy, but relative to hits that we have seen and been privy to, it didn't look that bad. It almost reminds me of the Dale Earnhardt death. If you guys Google the Dale Earnhardt death, there's nothing really gruesome about the crash, right?
Yeah, the crash looked benign when you saw it on TV.
Right, dude. We've seen guys
it's kind of skittered along the wall
6 times, and we've seen guys roll over in cars and end up upside down, up in the air all around. Dale Earnhardt, he was actually caught. He was actually caught in a slipstream. Anyway, he was caught in a slipstream and just hit the wall. It didn't even look that bad. And so that's what the scary thing is. And that's what the scary thing about Tua is it won't even be. And the more concussions you have, the more susceptible you are to concussions. Yeah. It's just, oh my God, it's just scary, man. I like what you said about if Tua doesn't retire, he should definitely sit out the rest of the season. I wholeheartedly and fully agree with that. We'll wait for Jay Blaze to get back up here. I'll read some chats while we're waiting. Omar says, please keep doing sports, Don. We think you can go number one. Well, I appreciate that. Let's see here. Shades of Tyrone Porto. I don't know who that is. Actually, Onyx 2626 says the answer is yes. Good night. Yeah, he thinks Tua should definitely retire.
Yeah.
Let's see. Case Whitby says, yeah, having a concussion is scary. I had one after an accident, and I walked in a store and forgot what day it was. God damn.
I'll tell you a story. This happened not a year ago.
Okay.
Yeah, little over a year ago.
Okay.
I was riding motorcycles with a buddy of mine just around the parking lot, just kind of goofing around.
Yeah.
And he took the most benign turn, just turning to turn the corner. And the bike slipped up from under him, He hit his shoulder. It didn't look like he hit his head.
Okay.
And then, whatever. We got up. We put the bike away. 10 minutes later, we're sitting down, and he just kind of like starts looking like this, and then he just kind of like droops down and does this number.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Wow!
I immediately take his hat off, and there was a little bit of blood right here. It
Oh
was
my
a tiny
God!
hit, a tiny scratch. It's hitting it the wrong way. That the most dumb looking hits can end up being the worst.
Wow, man, that is,
Yeah.
dude, that is absolutely crazy. Yeah, it's just it to me. It's that's what, like I said, that's what I think is the scariest part about this is the fact that it was not a very hard hit at all.
Yeah.
It just wasn't. And oh, wait a minute. There we go. All right, I think we're good to go. It was not a hard hit at all, and the fact that that caused that fencing, that fencing reaction with the hands, that just looks so fucking scary, man. Now, for those of you guys wondering what the financial implications are, here's where we stand. So Tua, to this point, has made a shade over $35 million in his NFL career. If he were to retire today, the Dolphins would have to pay him. He still gets $93 million from the Dolphins. So $93 million plus $35 million, we'll call it 95, 30. So roughly $120 to $130 million. And you're in the state of Florida. There's no state income tax, right? So that is your money, free and clear. You're good to go. You can retire, dude. You listen. There's a lot. There isn't much you can't do with $130 million. You've got generational wealth. Your family's taken care of. Your children's children are taken care of. I don't know, man. But here's the thing that worries me the most about this is we know Tua is probably not going to walk away. Stephen A. said that. He said that on First Take. We think that we all know that Tua is probably not going to walk away, man. And that's it's like, and it's interesting because I remember, and we'll wait for Jay Blaze to come back. I remember one of the Deion Dawkins, who plays left tackle for the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
He was on the sidelines, like urging to a slide, please. Like, it's like everyone is aware of the fact that it's almost like his skull is like an egg, man. Some people's skulls are thicker than others. And it's interesting too, because I think a lot of this also has to do with genetics. Sometimes you just get dealt a bad hand with genetics. I was looking up, I was watching the Florida Gators game and I saw Emmitt Smith was there. Emmitt Smith looks great. He's jumping around, literally jumping around, walking, giving everybody high fives. And I'm like, so I look him up. Emmitt had 4,400 and some odd carries. He played running back in the NFL for 15 years, pre offensive rules where you could take cheap shots. This man survived 15 years in the 1990s NFL that didn't even know about CTE or anything like that before ACL surgeries, kept you out for 2 seasons. Like, and to see him running and jumping around after 15 years in the NFL, that's genetics. That's just genetics.
Yeah, and
Emmitt Smith is,
and that was still in the days where the NFL was so hardcore. You needed a fullback.
Yeah, right. Oh,
my God,
yeah, dude. Oh my God, yeah. Daryl Johnston, Moose Johnston was his fullback. That's
and now running backs last 3-4 years. You're done.
Yeah, dude. As soon as you hit, like, even Derrick Henry is what, 28, 29 years old. Even he is considered to be an old man. It's just incredible. And so the reason I pointed that out is that some guys are just made of peanut brittle. Sam Bradford. Oh my God. How many times did he do? He was always hurt. Who else was that? Keyjana Carter. I mean, there are just some guys who their bodies just aren't. Greg Oden, they're just not made for professional sports. They have the athletic ability, but their frame just can't handle the torque that they have to put it through on a daily basis. I think Tua's skull is probably just thinner than others. I mean,
it might be. I don't know, but
skull. I mean, it's crazy, man. It really is.
Yeah, no, it's really, it's funny. Earlier you mentioned Lawrence Phillips.
Yeah,
he's one of the 2 most talented running backs I've seen come out of college.
Oh, he was awesome.
The other one, do you remember? Do you know the name Cecil Collins?
Cecil Collins. The name rings a bell. Who is he?
The guy was probably the best college running back I've ever seen.
Okay.
The guy, but he got arrested for some reason right out of college. Spent like 2 years in jail.
Oh my God.
Then he came back and played like 6 games for the Dolphins.
Oh.
This guy was fucking unbelievable.
Oh, wow.
Like this guy was the truth, and then he got arrested again, and then that was it.
Oh, God. You see that? And he probably had
Yeah.
great, dude. So he went to jail for 2 years, came back, and played 6
Played-
games, balls out, but gets
Yeah.
arrested again, and he's done. Ay, ay, ay.
Yep.
Oh, boy. Man, that's
Yeah, it was crazy.
Man, that
But
is
yeah, I
crazy.
mean, fucking yeah, Tua. You know, and this is a Dolphins fan saying it. I absolutely think he should retire.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think he should. Just
The-
like
the-
Jay
look,
Bliss.
and from an organizational standpoint, he should retire. The Dolphins should do everything they can to hold the team together so they can get a rookie in the draft and try to make another run for
Yeah.
it. But yeah.
It's just and listen, last year was great. You know, like we all felt like,
Yeah.
I mean, dude, we all felt, and remember, and dude, who among us weren't a little bit nervous, you know, at the beginning of last season when Tua takes the field for the first time in a while, right? Like,
I was.
yeah, we were all just a little bit nervous, but, you know, nothing happened. You know, he ended up
Yeah.
having a really good year. You know, except for against the Eagles, where we used the Philly rugby play and
Or the Ravens.
into submission. Oh my God, the Ravens kicked everybody's asses.
It's those birds, man. We can never play against
I
birds.
swear to God, dude. I don't know what it is, but well, dude, we got to go up to Baltimore in November. I am not looking forward to that goddamn game, but yeah, man. He had a great year last year, dude. No concussions, no injuries, no nothing, and so we hadn't even. And this was the reason why they were hesitant to pay him the money, was because of something like this happening.
Yep.
So like it's incredible. Like they get 1.75 games out of Tua Tagovailoa, and it is quite possible that they might be on the hook for $93 million. That's why they were hesitant to give him the money in the first place. But I don't know. Well, let me ask you this. Do you think he walks away? Jay Blaze, do you think Tua walks away?
I think it's frozen again.
No, he's frozen. Well, what do you think? What do you think, Mike?
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think he's?
I don't think he will. I think he should. I don't think he will.
Oh my God, that is crazy. Jay Blaze, do you think Tua will walk away?
So we saw this with Andrew Luck. I don't think Andrew Luck loved the game as much as Tua.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
you have these guys that love the game,
Yeah.
and I guarantee Tua loves
Yeah, he
football.
loves football. Yeah.
And dude, but he has to ask himself, dude, is 5 years or 6?
Oh, he froze again. Okay.
Yeah.
So Rogue Nation says Demaryius Thomas, Broncos wide receiver, died in 2021 at age 33 from a seizure. His brain was donated and found to have had CTE.
I remember that.
Wow,
I remember
when
that.
he died, but I didn't remember that he had CTE. Oh my God.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
Oh, yeah. Zepian says,
Yeah.
health is wealth, but he's already got the money. I agree. I totally agree, man.
Yeah.
Dre Raven says, I've had multiple concussions fighting during and after soccer matches, thankfully. The first one was bad. I had trouble with geometry for a good week or two after that. Wow. Rogue Nation says he was whipped back. It wasn't a hard hit against the ground. However, his brain slammed up against the skull. Well, right.
Yeah.
Right. Phantom 313 says, now he says, I remember when Steve Young had a career-ending injury due to a concussion against the Arizona Cardinals. That was the block that Lawrence Phillips missed. Yep. Let's see.
Hey, Donovan, sorry. I got to step out for just 2 minutes. Okay, I'll be right back.
Go ahead. Vaughn says he shouldn't retire. He needs to come to the realization that he needs to protect himself and play smarter. I don't know. I think a lot of people probably have that sentiment because, I mean, he got hurt on a 4th and 4 play. And here's the thing. That's Damar Hamlin about to tackle him. You know that he. Oh boy. Okay, I guess I'm solo now. You know. Oh, there he is. Okay. You know that Damar Hamlin is acutely aware of the fact that I've got Tua Tagovailoa coming at me, and honestly, it probably surprised him a little bit that Tua leaned into him head first. He just wasn't thinking. Like he was just doing what he could to win, but. Man, oh man, it's just it's a crazy situation, man. But yeah, he should have slid. If he slides, he probably does not get that concussion. So Vaughn, I agree with you on that one. Level Up Man says, Tyrone Portho was a Bama wide receiver in the early 2000s, caught a ball and had a freak leg injury. Viewer discretion advised if you Google it. Oh, no way. Oh, God. Ugh. Dude, I cannot watch that stuff. Oh, my God. Earl Thomas says, loved your sports show, sir. One of the best. Watching it every week. Thank you. I appreciate that. Vaughn says, hard truth. Dolphins may be regretting that pick investment. Yeah, they probably are. They probably are. They probably are. Rogue Nation says, Vaughn, I agree. Would like to see him play a bit longer. He has to protect his head by sliding. Offensive line needs to protect him too. Yeah, listen, they got all the speed on the outside, but they need a much better offensive line. But again, the offensive line held up very, very well last season. He had not one concussion last season. This concussion was actually caused by Tua himself. He actually leaned into DeMar Hamlin. So, at some point you have to make that decision. Like, okay, and the game was probably already out of hand at that point, right, Joel?
Yeah, it was. It was. He should have known better, honestly.
Yeah.
And I get it. He's a guy. He's trying to come back and all that.
He did what he was supposed to do, man. He
Yeah.
did what he was supposed
Yeah,
to do.
he
the
needs
moment-
to slide.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, please.
Oh, okay.
He needs to slide, and I think he needs to call Tom of his arm so quick.
Mhm.
Dude, he needs to start doing the Tom Brady thing where he just
just down.
he hikes it and then he's out because Tom Brady was never hit.
No.
That's true.
Was never hit.
Yeah.
That's true. And that's how he had such longevity, man.
Yep. Yeah, Tom Brady got rid of the ball in a second and a half. And the reason why he was able to do that is because he processed things very quickly. He had to, right?
Yeah.
He's almost kind of like Brock Purdy. That's the reason why Brock Purdy is the way he is. He's not the biggest, fastest, doesn't have the strongest arm. He processes things very quickly. That's why he rarely makes a bad throw. Vaughn says Rogue Nation. Oh, Vaughn says that the offensive line definitely holds some blame. Not on that one. Not
on this one.
No, not on that one.
On the Cincinnati one, sure.
The Cincinnati one,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, but this one he broke contain like nobody was open, right? And he had enough time to figure out, like the offensive line did such a good job. He had enough time he made his first, his second, and his third reads, and then he decided the offensive line parted the way for him. So he ran right through the offensive line. It's just him, DeMar, and a couple of other defenders, and then we saw what happened. Phantom 313 says, I think Tua needs to retire. Vaughn says, when you're young, you think you're tougher than you really are. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, Phantom 313 says the Dolphins got to draft. Yeah, they got to draft a quarterback next year. I think that's obvious at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either that or sign Kirk Cousins.
Because everybody signs Kirk Cousins, right? Well, they can trade for Kirk Cousins because that's what I said the Falcons should do after this season. They should trade Kirk Cousins and start Michael Penix. So you never know.
Hey.
I don't know. The Dolphins could play
you know what?
ball.
We may not have a lot of draft capital and we may not have a lot of cap space, but we got a lot of trade capital.
You've got and that would, you know what? I wonder
Maybe.
if the Dolphins may be. I don't know. Look. Dolphin executives.
Bookmark this minute of this show.
This minute of this show. You remember the Brian Windhorst fingers? Why would this might be one of those moments. Yeah. If I'm like quick idea. If I'm the Dolphins, I'm on the phone with the Falcons right now. I'm on the phone with Atlanta right now because the Dolphins are loaded offensively. Dude, when your offense is on the field, you have when Raheem Mostert is healthy, you guys have the four fastest players on the field at all times. Kirk Cousins is a stat monger. He's been in the league for a while. He's a veteran. He's tough. He was rarely hurt except for last year. I don't know. I think that they should do that. And then, of course, if they do that, then the Falcons can then, promote Michael Penix to the starting quarterback.
That could be an option.
That could be an option.
I could do that. I could go for that.
That would be Adriano Stafford. Oh, Ken Rose with the $2 Robo Rant. Appreciate that. Adriano Stafford says retire. This is what he is saying. Okay. Vaughn says Tua is not going to retire. He loves the game too much.
Yeah,
I
agree.
Oh boy, that'll be tough. That'll be very tough, man. Ay. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Hang on a second. Wait, I had a couple more comments here. There we are. Rogue Nation says if I was Tua and I retire, I wouldn't have it in me to take all that money. Yeah, and see that.
You know what? I thought about that. Tua's like the nicest guy on the planet.
Yeah.
He might be so grateful to give some of it back. He might do that, or graceful to give some of it back. He might do that.
And I'll tell you what, that might be the reason he doesn't retire because he's probably thinking in his head, I don't want to take $93 million from, but this is but by the same token, like somebody needs to be in his ear and be like, hey, listen, Tua, this is why it's guaranteed.
Yeah,
Listen, you've played football your entire life. Dude, you're putting your life on the line every time you go out there. That's exactly why there are guarantees in place. And listen, we've all paid for car insurance and homeowners insurance and all insurance all our lives. We will almost never collect on that stuff. On a very rare occasion, this is when Tua would actually collect on that insurance that he has paid to the NFL in the form of his body and brain.
Yeah, absolutely.
Apollo in the chat says Sidney Crosby sat out a year because of concussions. Oh boy, yeah, that was bad. Yeah, Sidney Crosby's also another guy who's concussion prone. Okay, all right. Okay, so I think that's all. Of the. Any last thoughts on the Tua?
No, man. I mean, obviously a horrible situation. I don't think he will retire, but I think he should.
Yeah, I think he should. I definitely think he should. Where did my thingy go? Oh, that's what I'm doing. My bad. All right, very good. All right, cool. Let's move to the next topic here. Let's move past all the those concussions are so scary. So, so Skip Bayless made some headlines recently when discussing Caitlin Clark. Let's listen and.
Another question. This one from Brittany LaCroix. I mentioned it earlier. Brittany says, saying Angel Reese is better than Caitlin Clark is saying Rodman was better than Michael Jordan, or Ben Wallace was better than Kobe, or even Andre Drummond was better than LeBron.
Cool. Let's move to the next.
And I shouldn't have to point out that Angel Reese is actually a poor defender. Brittany, I give it up to you. This is a very smart and very gutsy opinion. But please, let's not put Andre Drummond in Rodman's or Ben Wallace's stratosphere. No, please, not that. And just for the record, Caitlin isn't much of a defender either.
Skip. There he goes.
Though she can and she will steal the basketball. She's 15th in the WNBA in steals. Pretty good. But I will admit it, Brittany, for the first half, maybe even 2/3 of the year, I had Angel over Caitlin for WNBA Rookie of the Year.
Oh, my God. You got to be kidding me.
Because of Angel's extraordinary double-double streak. And because of Angel's Rodman-esque rebounding. Never seen anything quite like it. She has run away with the WNBA rebounding lead, crushed the field in rebounding.
This guy. Oh, my God.
Meanwhile, Caitlin, 2/3 of the way through the year, it was clear she was on an all-time record turnover pace, the likes of which I have never witnessed. It's almost like she was trying to turn the basketball over.
Totally.
And for 2/3 of the year, Caitlin's three-point shooting ranked near the bottom of the league in percentage. Yet, you're right. The truth is, Angel's a poor shooter of the basketball.
No,
I don't know any other way to say it. She's just a poor shooter. She's now 38% from the floor, not from three. She's 2 of 12 from three. That's 17%. I'm talking about 38% on common shots from the field. 38%. That ranks 51st of 56 qualified players.
Oh, my God. Holy shit.
And just for the record, Angel's team has now fallen to 11 and 22. So she isn't having nearly the impact that Caitlin is having on her team. Caitlin Clark is running away with the WNBA assists lead. She's 25 better than anybody else in the league. It's pretty extraordinary for a rookie. Caitlin Clark, in a shock to me, has proven already to be a once-a-generation passer. I did not see that coming at Iowa. I thought scoring, yes, she's the all-time greatest scorer in the history of college basketball, men's or women's. But passing like this, I'm talking about gifted LeBron-esque bounce passing.
Yeah, she's
I'm
good.
talking about gifted LeBron-esque two-handed, full court. touchdown pass kind of passing.
Hold up, man. Hold up. Is that Skip Bayless giving props to LeBron James? Like, what is happening here? Holy shit.
The likes of which I don't see in the WNBA.
He's right. She is the best passer by far.
He is.
She's having
She
an
is.
impact on her team that nobody else in the league is having on her team. This is a team that went 13-27 last year.
Yeah.
And suddenly, the Indiana Fever are the hottest team by far in the league. In the league. I've got the fever. I can't help it. I can't stop
there it
watching.
is.
I can't stop talking about the impact Caitlin Clark is having on game after game after game.
About time.
She takes
I think he's
over.
wrong about that, though.
She might.
Honestly, look, we all love the Indiana Fever, whatever, but they're not winning it all this year. It's going to be either the New York Liberty or the Las Vegas Aces.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts? So this was, so guys, when I say that I watched these videos for the first time, like, I'm not bullshitting you. Oh, Sugar Sean O'Malley, it's gonna be a great fight. Here's another benefit to living on the West Coast. I don't have to stay up till 1 o'clock in the fucking morning to watch fights anymore. Ha! Anyway, sorry about that. A little flex there. But yes, so it's going to be the Liberty or it's going to be the Aces in my opinion. But I can't in good conscience take what Skip Bayless said seriously about him in a shocker. I can't believe she's become this generational player. Like, okay, so Jay Blaze, you sent this to me. What are your thoughts here, man? What the hell's going on with Skip, dude? What's he doing?
See, we used to have Skip Bayless. He used to be the guy who would just say off the wall things that kind of like everyone was thinking but couldn't say.
Right,
And dude, yeah. And
right.
2020 broke this man. It broke him.
It did, dude.
Just like a bunch of the media. And dude, think about Fox FS1.
Okay.
Dude, it was set up to be the new ESPN.
Yes, it was.
And
Yes, it
but
was.
instead of laying off the politics and doing that, they embraced it, which I don't understand because ESPN was floundering because of it, and they should have had a network boycott of, hey, don't raise grift, don't do any of this stuff, and then our ratings will go up because people were looking for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like just something that just dealt with sports. But instead, Skip Bayless, when anything came up with race, he would just he would cower, and I'm just like, Skip, you're supposed to be the guy who is untouchable, dude. He's like 70. He shouldn't have a care in the world anymore. He should be able to say whatever he wants, and it killed his career because, dude, he would just flop on his belly and just go, no, please don't, and I'm just like, oh, it ruined him.
That's the thing about these media personalities that you got to understand. Above all else, they need to be liked.
Yes.
That's why they look at ratings, and that's why they look at Twitter incessantly, and that's why they wear makeup because they have a psychological need to be liked.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not only that, it's not only the need to be liked; it's the need to be paid. I think that Skip Bayless thought that if he didn't fall in line with the political stances and the Black Lives Matter and the social justice warrior causes, I think he thought that was going to end up sinking his career. Instead, it's made him an even bigger target, and now he's a man without an island. But listen, man, I'm sure Skip Bayless loves sports, but should he retire? I don't know. I don't think he should. He's got we've got YouTube now. Like everybody, like all personalities now have, YouTube channels. Obviously, Shannon Sharpe's YouTube channel is like, that thing is taken off, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if Skip will ever be on Shannon's level, but he's got 172,000 subscribers. He's got fans. I suppose this will be sort of his, but it's kind of sad to sort of see Skip Bayless sort of kind of, I don't want to say going down in flames, but it's almost like it reminds me of like maybe Joe Namath stumbling in the back of the end zone with the LA Rams, or OJ Simpson with the 49ers, or Emmitt Smith with the Arizona Cardinals. It just, or Joe Montana with the Kansas City Chiefs. It just doesn't feel right.
Yeah, it never felt right.
It doesn't feel like, because it's not authentic to who he is.
Yeah.
Skip Bayless is a guy, dude, he called Troy Aikman gay. And dude, dude, he was doing some weird stuff, and he would just say the most off the wall things, and people loved him for it.
Yeah.
And when he stopped doing it, you're going, "This isn't who you are, Skip, dude. 2020 broke you, and just get it back." And yeah, it's just very sad.
Do you want to know what this proves, though? Because we know who Skip Bayless is trying to be, but it is so obvious that Caitlin Clark was and always was going to be the Rookie of the Year that even Skip Bayless himself, Captain Fake SJW, even he has to admit, okay, Caitlin Clark, she's I guess in his terms the bee's knees, I guess, as he says sometimes as an old guy. Caitlin Clark is the runaway Rookie of the Year. She was always going to be the Rookie of the Year. The only reason why the media tried to hype up Angel Reese is because there was a concerted effort to dog Caitlin Clark. That is the only fucking reason why. But now, and I'm going to tell you what, man, I love the fact that she's making every one of these bitches eat their fucking words. Stephen A. and Shannon, they've been getting their get back, their victory lap. Dude, Stephen A. was on there the other day talking about, where you at, Andrea Carter? Where you at, Shanae Agumake, Monica McNutt? What y'all got to say now? Right? Because it's like Caitlin Clark's a generational player. That was obvious. And all these bitches did was justify basically the rookie hazing. It was so, dude, people were talking shit about this woman before she even came into the league. And now that she's in the league, now she's dominating. What they gonna say now? Now they're starting to embrace her. This is just, I think this whole Caitlin Clark experience, I think this speaks to the degeneracy of the black community and black women in general. It's been a fucking disgrace, man.
Can I go ask you guys something?
Yeah.
Will the WNBA exceed the NBA in the next 5 years?
No.
With Caitlin Clark at the helm?
No.
Never. No.
You don't think with the European players and
No.
you have a bunch of...
Nope.
You don't think so?
No way. No.
That's like asking. Sorry, Blaze, but that's like asking, will the XFL eclipse the NFL? That ain't happening. But
It's actually the UFL. That's actually the UFL. Listen, man. The Caitlin Clark is going to be very good for the WNBA.
Yeah.
She is the reason the WNBA now has a future. I don't know how long the WNBA was going to be around, being subsidized by the NBA and losing $27 to $30 million a season. Like, who the fuck wants to sign up for that? But she saved him.
yeah,
Yeah, she saved him, man. Dude,
for now.
For now. Well, for now.
Yeah.
And it's funny. It's almost it's one question that I've asked myself is, does Caitlin Clark, does she think that she has a responsibility? Does she feel obligated to play in the WNBA? Because we all said when after the Kennedy Carter thing, we were like, dude, she should just fucking walk away. She should just fucking retire and be like, you know what? Sayonara, bitches. You guys are on your fucking own. I'm tired of you guys beating my fucking ass all over the place. I'm going to go play in Europe somewhere or Russia or Spain or whatever, so I know Brittany Griner's not going to fucking follow me. Fuck you guys. I'm out. I'm going to go somewhere else. And you guys, good luck. Good luck with the fucking Greyhound bus, right? But it's almost like, does she feel an obligation to continue to play in the WNBA because of so many people who are literally eating off of her?
Yeah.
Maybe. Maybe she does. I don't know.
Man, oh man. Dre Raven, Terrell Thomas. Okay, so Terrell Thomas says, wait, repeat. Huh? Vaughn says Skip Bayless be trolling. Dre Raven says, Skip, you do realize that Angel Reese isn't going to fuck you. You do realize that, don't you? And Caitlin isn't going to fuck you either, Skip. Yes, right. Caitlin's definitely not fucking Skip Bayless's old ass. Angel Reese might because she'll be out of options here in about 10 years. She might be knocking on Skip Bayless's door. Yeah, he's got money. You know what I'm saying? I've got money. Phantom 313 says, is Skip crashing out or is he really trolling? That's just it. We don't know.
I don't think he was trolling.
Here's the thing. We don't know whether or not he means what he says. Look, man, we know deep down inside, Skip Bayless has always known that Caitlin Clark has been the WNBA Rookie of the fucking Year. Like, fuck out of here with that. He knew that. He's just now admitting to that. So does he really mean this? Dude, this is what you were talking about, Jay Blaze. 2020 literally broke him. We don't know if his opinion is authentic or not. Right? Like, I mean, is he telling us the truth, or is he going to try to ride the SJW line to maybe try to save his career again? We don't know. I just don't trust this guy's opinion anymore. I think it's ridiculous, man.
Like, we've seen this with a bunch of the prominent media guys from the 90s and early 2000s, like Howard Stern, dude, that guy is broken now. He is broken.
Yes. Oh,
And
yeah.
it's the
He's
same
not
thing
the
with happened with
same
Skip
guy.
Bayless.
Yeah, man.
And dude, I don't get it because you have money, you have generational wealth. You don't need to cater to these people.
It's
Dude,
fucking money, dude. What are you doing?
And if you said, hey, I'm going to do my own thing, and you kept to your beliefs, dude, you would have like so many people just follow you to wherever you go.
Sorry, where's Howard Stern now? I haven't heard from him in a while.
He's still on serious. No one cares about him anymore.
Dude, if I was, he should go back to his roots and just start a YouTube channel, and he would make more money than, or well, he
No,
would have. Let's say 5 years ago, 10 years ago.
Oh, if it was Howard Stern from the 90s, he
Yeah,
would.
exactly.
Yeah, Howard Stern from
If
the
he-
90s.
But,
Yeah, definitely.
dude,
Sorry about that. Devin was telling me that Sean was. Oh, go ahead.
he can't do it anymore.
No. He's a different person.
No, it's too late. It's too late now. I'm saying if he'd have done it,
Howard has
years
no
back.
edge anymore, dude.
No.
Dude, Howard Stern in the 90s and dude, Howard Stern in the 90s was must see TV. He was must see TV, man. That dude was fucking crazy, and we all loved him for it. But now he's vanilla. Now he's vanilla. I'll tell you what, man. When you're a prominent member of any media, like if you're a prominent member of like corporate media, at some point everybody gets brought to their knees. Like you can't you really can't really be individual. You can't really say what you think. You can't really be a right winger. You can't be a red pillar. Howard Stern was as red pill as it comes, man. And once again, being involved with corporate media, eventually they all succumb at some point. Oh my God, Kentucky is down by 1 to Georgia. Holy God. Oh my God, dude! Kentucky is playing the game of their life against Georgia. Okay, any final thoughts on Skip Bayless?
I'm good.
Well, okay, all right. Yeah, that's.
No, let's bring up Shannon. Let's bring him up.
Oh my! Oh well, hold on. Hold on. No, hold on. We'll get to that. We'll get to that in a little bit. Man. We're gonna get to Stephen A's reaction. Oh, as a matter of fact, that's actually what's next. So we are not, obviously, for obvious reasons, we are not going to play the Shannon Sharpe IG Live video on YouTube because I would most assuredly probably receive a strike for sexual content. However, we are going to watch the Stephen A. Smith reaction.
Hey, Don. I don't know if the audience knows this, but Blaze and I can't hear it. Could you turn on the captions?
Oh, you can't hear the videos?
No.
Oh shit! I didn't know that. I thought you guys could hear the videos. Damn.
No.
All right. Dude, I could have. That makes no sense to me. Oh, that sucks. Okay, here's the captions. Damn, dude. Okay. You know what? I'll figure this out. I'll figure this out next week. I know how to wire it up to make sure everybody sees it and listens. But here we go.
It has to take a back seat today. Both items have to take a back seat today to Mr. Shannon Sharpe. Mr. Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe, that's where I'm going to start today because he was trending all over the damn place this week for a pretty interesting reason. Now, I was minding my own business when my phone started blowing up. And I was getting texts all over the place, text messages all over the place. Everybody calling. Oh, you see what's happening? You see what's happening? I didn't know what the hell was going on about Shannon Sharpe until I saw what I saw. And shall I say, a certain video of him doing some things. Doing some things, okay? Let me just say he may want to change the name of his show from Club Shay Shay to Club Sun Naps. I don't know where to go with this. Here's the deal. Because obviously, I've spoken to him. He is my colleague on First Take.
He said he spoke
Somebody
to
that I brought over to the show last year, who's done a phenomenal job since he's arrived. And I'm incredibly appreciative of not just the partnership.
Yo, real shit. I need to see. I need to see the text message thread.
You know what? I think it's even better. It's even better watching it with captions because I can hear it in his. I'm reading it in his voice.
I swear to God, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen. This motherfucker is talking. This motherfucker is talking about, I was minding my own business. Oh my God. Okay, so
What had happened was,
yeah, right. Like, dude, it is absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy how seriously funny he thinks this is. So, Miami J, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the Shannon Sharpe IG live video? What's going on, man?
I'm just gonna say what I said to you guys in our text thread. Hashtag legend, man.
Dude,
That's it. That's all I got.
Hell yeah, man. Like the bitch was moaning. Like now, I'm very uncomfortable with watching sex.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna watch it, but I just heard about it. But
yeah, I mean,
you guys are fucking legend.
But I've heard that the woman was like moaning. So apparently, Shannon was putting it down. Like, Shannon was tapping that ass, and she couldn't get enough, man. I'll tell you what. What are your thoughts, Jay? Please. Oh my God.
They're fun.
I think he did it on purpose.
You think so?
Because
Really?
you don't throw, you don't throw a phone onto a bed and it just opens up IG Live.
Yeah, that's
and
there's like 3 steps you have to go through.
Big channels are Twitter. Yeah.
okay. Twitter, and then what else?
His big channels are YouTube and Twitter. He was fine throwing away his IG.
Yeah, that's true.
And so he had 175 when Shannon Sharpe first got into, he went on CBS. He got let go from
Yeah, I remember
CBS,
yeah.
and then Skip Bayless threw him a lifeline with Undisputed. So Shannon, to get into the higher echelons of mainstream media, you have to emasculate yourself. So he was
Oh my God.
riding with a stylist that was getting with another NFL player. So he would go. He would be at like Lakers games with this guy and stuff. So he was being told that he was gay, that Shannon Sharpe was gay. So he had a bunch of people like.
That makes sense.
He had IG videos making fun of him, the way he walks and stuff. So I think he used this as an opportunity to dispel those rumors. And you don't think the wife wanted to dispel those rumors that she was dating a gay man?
Yeah, that's
or married to a gay man?
Said, hey, let's do it.
I think he wanted to use this to get out of his ESPN contract because he doesn't need ESPN because he has like 2 million followers on YouTube.
Yeah.
So he might have wanted to get off of ESPN.
Maybe. We'll see what happens.
Actually,
because remember
that'll be interesting to watch. You think ESPN will let him go for that?
Nah, I don't think so.
Nah.
And the reason I don't think,
Well,
that's actually not a bad theory. That actually makes a lot of sense. But I don't think. Listen, I wouldn't be surprised if ESPN let him go for that. But I don't think they are because it's Stephen A. I mean, dude, Stephen A. He'll march up to the bosses and be like, "Yo, you need to keep this guy." Listen, Stephen A. calls the shots, y'all. Like he calls the shots at ESPN, man. Like he decides who comes, who goes. He made the decision to let Skip Bayless go. He made the decision to bring in Max Kellerman. And then made the decision to let him go and bring in and then just have sort of a round robin and guess. He also made the decision to bring in Shannon Sharpe. So he's calling the shots. Jared Atkinson says my volume is pretty low. Yeah, I know my volume is low. I think I actually have a way to fix it. I just can't do the stream in OBS anymore. I'm just gonna have to do it on StreamYard, which is fine. It's probably a lot easier that way anyway. But yeah, I don't think ESPN will let him go over this. Even if I don't think Stephen A. would have to be involved for them not to let him go. That's just what I'll say about that.
And do you remember the Paul Pierce incident where they let ESPN go?
Well,
I think
that's a good point.
Yeah, because he had like a girl in a thong and stuff.
Yeah, he had like a stripper, and they let him go for that. Maybe they won't let him go for that. I'll tell you what. They might make the excuse that they couldn't see anything, but that they heard it. But by the same token, Paul Pierce could have done the same thing. They probably would have let him go. The the bottom line is that Shannon Sharpe is just more likable than Paul Pierce.
Yeah.
Paul Pierce looks
Yeah.
like he's
Yeah.
drunk or high most of the time, doesn't he?
You know what? If you got enough star power, Disney will let you get away with
Yeah.
it. I mean, they just put out
Yeah.
a rated R movie for the first time. So
Oh.
it's a new Disney.
They put out a rated R movie. What was that?
Deadpool and Wolverine. They're rated R.
Oh
Yeah.
shit. Well, good for them. Good for them. Omar says, "Hey Donovan, Coach Chucky Gruden has a great YouTube show. Check it out soon." I'm sorry, I have the hiccups. I have the hiccups now because I was laughing so fucking hard. Oh my god, Jesus Christ! But I'll send you guys the link to that video. It is absolutely fucking hilarious. The way he tells his story. It's like, I was at home minding my own business, and all of a sudden my phone starts blowing up. Oh my god. Any final thoughts on the Shannon Sharpe IG live video?
Legend.
Oh my god, he is
Yeah,
a fucking
it's-
well. I think he's dispelled the myth that he is homosexual. I think we
Yeah.
all know Shannon Sharpe is definitely not gay. So let's move on. Oh god damn it! I hit the wrong button again. Hang on. Yeah, I'm gonna start doing this in StreamYard because StreamYard has a way of regulating the sound. Okay. So in other there's football news here, and this is going to affect. Oh my God, Devin, if you're watching, bring me up a bottle of water. Hang on a second. Hold on, Jesus, bring me up a bottle of water, please. Oh my God, I got the hiccups from fucking lap. Oh my God. Anyway, so according to ESPN.com, the 49ers running back Christian McCaffrey. I do apologize for the hiccups. It is for a good reason, guys. I promise. 49ers running back Christian McCaffrey is going to be out for at least the next 4 games. So the article reads, the San Francisco 49ers play star running back Christian McCaffrey on injured reserve with calf soreness and Achilles tendonitis, the team announced Saturday. McCaffrey must miss at least the next 4 games, including Sunday's matchup with the Minnesota Vikings, and is eligible to return for an October 10th meeting with the Seattle Seahawks on Thursday Night Football, though it's not a guarantee. On Friday, San Francisco coach Kyle Shanahan acknowledged for the first time since initially announcing McCaffrey's injury on August 6th, which was Devin's birthday, that injured reserve was a real possibility. That came after McCaffrey's Achilles did not respond well to limited participation in practice on Thursday. Thank you. Oh my God. In practice on Thursday. Yesterday was his worst day, Shanahan, said Shanahan. It's on and off, but with yesterday having the most pain, it's something we're going to be discussing within the next 24 hours. So let me get your thoughts. So do you think, let me start with Jay Blaze on this. How does Christian McCaffrey missing at least the next 4 games, does this help? I mean, obviously it doesn't help them, but do you think it's going to hurt them that bad? Because remember, Jordan Mason, the backup running back, came in and balled out. So, and a lot of people are saying that, hey, this proves that Kyle Shanahan is a master schemer. His father, Mike Shanahan, had like 4 different running backs that all eclipsed 1,000 yards. So, clearly, the Shanahan family, very good at scheming guys open and this and that and the third. So all of that being said, Jay Blaze, how much do you think that the Christian McCaffrey injury will affect the 49ers positively, negatively, or otherwise?
This is why I never draft the top running back.
Oh my God.
This is why I never do it.
I'm going to drink this upside down real quick, so keep talking.
Okay, so I think this actually somewhat helps the Niners because, dude, Mason's
Seriously?
a good running back. No, it actually helps because you can bring Christian McCaffrey in later in the year with fresh legs for the playoffs.
Yeah.
And, dude, I think because we know they're getting the playoffs, even with with no Christian McCaffrey. We already know that. And, dude, how scary is it going to be if you can have Christian McCaffrey, fresh legs for the playoffs?
Dude, not
That'd
only
be scary.
that, and to give him a blow, you bring in Jordan Mason. So now you don't have as much.
Yeah.
Now you don't have as much wear and tear. That's a good point. Miami J, what are your thoughts?
I'll say this. I think it'll hurt them a little bit, not much.
Okay.
Having said that, I say we cool off the hype train on Jordan Mason.
Okay, yeah, it was one game. Right?
We've seen many running backs come
Yeah.
in mid game,
Yeah.
and take over.
Right.
That happens
Right.
quite often.
Because nobody has
So-
film on him or anything, right? He's a rookie.
Exactly.
Right, gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
And rookie running backs are notorious for that. So is it Shanahan? Is it Mason? I don't know. We'll find out. Let's give it to 2 more games.
Okay.
Let's see how
All
that
right.
goes.
Okay.
If he's still balling out in 3 games, hey, good on them. Now they have a 2-headed backfield. Who needed that? Nobody but San Francisco.
Yeah. Now from a
And Blaze made a great point.
Okay.
If you can bring in McCaffrey mid-season with some fresh legs, that's fantastic.
This also has fantasy implications. As you all know, the lovely and talented Devin drafted Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Well, Devin, I have a running back that I can spare. And you know what player I'd like to trade you for? There it is, boys. There it is. I finally can get deep. Would I do that to Devin? Oh, my God. That'd be fucked up. I think I'm going to do it. Well, actually,
I'm playing you, Don.
Well, hold on. Actually, Miami J, you're the one that has to approve the. You're the one that.
I have.
Yeah, you'll have to approve it because you have to take into consideration that we are husband and wife. So,
I do, and I do have to take into consideration that I may have a better trade-off.
Oh shit! Oh damn! So you could veto my trade offer and approve yours. Oh my God, the humanity.
I can't. I don't think I can straight veto it. I think the league has to vote on it.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't think I could do that to her though. Dude, Christian McCaffrey, lose McCaffrey and Debo, that'd be fucked up. That'd be real fucked up. Maybe I don't know. I'll take a look at her roster. I don't want to do that to her. That'd be fucked up.
But hey, look, I got me Saquon Barkley. I got some Alvin Kamara, and I got Nick Chubb coming in late in the year. So I'm good.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, that's right. You did get Nick Chubb. That's going to prove to be a great pickup, man.
I like those players. Alvin Kamara did that for me like 2 years ago.
Yes, sir.
When he was like suspended or injured for the first couple of weeks, I drafted him like sixth round.
That's right.
He kicked ass.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, you're right, man. You did take a flyer on Nick Chubb. Damn, I should have grabbed him.
Yeah.
Motherfucker. I was bent out of shape about the fact that
you were still bitching about Debo Samuel.
Yeah, man. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Dude, I almost drafted Carson Wentz. Like real talk. I almost drafted him.
I wouldn't put it past you, brother.
No.
Jared Atkinson says, did ESPN and Shannon coordinate this? I don't think so. Phantom 313 says, Mr. President, call the National Guards. We need as many men as you can spare. Shannon Sharpe, a.k.a. Yo, real talk. Look, I agree with the both of you. I think the Niners are going to be fine. Totally agree with Jay Blaze. At this point, if let's just say Christian McCaffrey were to miss the season, the Niners are going to at least make the divisional playoffs. If they don't have if they do have Christian McCaffrey, you can pretty much put them in the NFC title game against either the Lions, the Eagles, or another surprise team. Oh, you don't think so?
I disagree. I think.
Okay.
Look, if Mason turns out to be the real deal, then they'll be fine.
Okay.
But this offense needs the threat of that backfield.
That's true.
In order to function.
That's very true.
If you take that threat away, I'm not sure the Niners make the wild card.
Wow.
Now,
okay.
We saw the line for the first game. McCaffrey was what, a 1.5 difference in that line?
Yeah.
And so, say the 49ers, like, I believe they will win their division even without Christian McCaffrey.
Okay.
But it depends on if they get the first or second or third placing in order. I think it helps them because McCaffrey, dude, calf and Achilles issues, you do not want him to tear anything.
No, you do not.
So, if you can bring him back in week 10, and he can, dude, that would be scary.
Yeah. I think Jordan Mason holds the key to that 49ers season because if you guys remember a couple of years ago, Kevin Durant, when he was still with the Golden State Warriors, he had that calf and Achilles soreness. He decided to play anyway, and he blew out his Achilles the very next game. And Christian McCaffrey, he's a runner, he's a cutter. He's putting a lot. I mean, not to say that NBA players don't put as much torque on their Achilles, but dude, NFL players, like that Achilles has got to be that thing's got to be 100% because if it's not 100%, not only could he end up re-injuring it, he can end up blowing out his Achilles, missing the rest of this season and even part of the next season. So I think the season is in the hands of Jordan Mason at this point. I think if Jordan Mason can prove to be like a legit running back that can really sort of take the place of Christian McCaffrey, then I think the 49ers will definitely make a run of the playoffs. Any final thoughts? Oh, go ahead.
It has to be this year because
Yes,
you have to
this is
pay
Got to play Barack.
30
You got to play. Yeah, you gotta pay
next
Barack.
year.
Yep.
This is the year, and you cannot risk it with a McCaffrey injury.
Yeah.
Bringing him in too early.
There you go. So
having said that,
Okay.
it's a good move to have put him on IR.
yes, absolutely,
Yeah, very good
absolutely, very very good move. And it's very good. They have Kyle Shanahan as the offensive coordinator. Let's see. King Life says, get the likes up. Terrell Thomas says, you are right, sir. Apollo says, if Justin Fields plays well again and keeps the starting job, maybe Miami tries to trade for Russell Wilson. Oh, my God.
No.
Oh, no. Miami J said, nope,
No.
we do not want
Veto.
Russell Wilson. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh,
Can
Veto.
I give you my top picks for the Dolphins job? If
Yeah.
Well, hang on.
Uh,
Let's see if you mentioned the one that we mentioned while you were off the air.
okay, go ahead.
Stidham
Oh, my God.
and
Jared
Mac
Stidham.
Jones.
Oh, my God.
I think Mac Jones and Stidham are the ones
Oh, my God.
that
Mac
could
Jones.
fit in his offense the best.
Wow.
No, so Donovan and I had an interesting idea. We think the Dolphins need to trade for Kirk Cousins.
Ah, what do you think about that?
So I don't think they would make that trade, but I could see them getting a
but
backup
later
quarterback.
in the season.
Well, see,
later in the
Atlanta.
season.
I think Atlanta would benefit more from the trade than the Dolphins. The Dolphins get their bridge gap quarterback, but of course they're now they're in salary cap hell. But at least they'll be able to draft another quarterback. Also, if Atlanta trades Kirk Cousins, now they can bring Mike. Listen, everyone is waiting for Michael Penix. Everyone knows that Michael Penix Jr. is the quarterback of the future. Why not trade? Trade Kirk Cousins? Because I suggested that the first of the season. Trade Kirk Cousins, get back draft capital, players, whatever, and go forward with Michael Penix, but surround him with even more weapons. But you don't think
In this
Miami
situation, they can fleece the Dolphins. They can get a
they
first-round
totally
pick
can.
and a kick-ass receiver or something.
100%.
Does it depend on what the Falcons' record is at
There you go.
week
There you
7?
go. Yep.
I think it depends
There you
on the record.
I think it depends
And-
on the Falcons and the Dolphins' record by week 7. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Because listen, man, in the NFL, crazy things can happen. The Dolphins would reel off 5 in a row and be 6-1, and now everyone's looking around like, okay, Skylar Thompson is holding things together, but a bounce here, a bounce there, we could easily be 1-6 instead of 6-1. So let's get a quarterback in here that we know can, that we know can sort of stabilize the offense and be consistent. It'll be very interesting to see. What that Tua situation turns out to be. It's God Almighty. We listen, man. We all hope Tua makes. Whatever Tua decides, we'll support him. But man, it'll be scary watching him out there again. Any final thoughts on Christian McCaffrey being out for the next 4 games?
It's terrible for the league because, dude, Christian McCaffrey's like the man, and he just got married. So, but dude, the 49ers, their top priority is the Super Bowl.
Yes,
and
this is their Super Bowl window.
Not
this is it.
Individual accolades. It's nothing. They don't care about divisions.
Yep.
They don't care about anything but a Super Bowl.
Yep.
The 49ers Super Bowl window is this season. The Eagles Super Bowl window is probably this year, maybe also next year. The Cowboys Super Bowl window is closed. Kansas City Super Bowl. The Bills Super Bowl window is probably closed.
Bills are closed.
Yeah.
Dolphins was this year.
It was this year. This was the Dolphins Super Bowl window. It's always the Chiefs. The Chiefs will be in their Super Bowl window as long as Patrick Mahomes is there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very interesting to see. Hell, Green Bay's Super Bowl window was supposed to be this year before Jordan Love. I think that and I'll tell you this too. The Detroit Lions, I think their Super Bowl window is this year, next year, and probably the year after. They've got everybody locked up. Jahmyr Gibbs is still a rookie. They got Jared Goff locked up for the next 4 years. They just paid Amon-Ra St. Brown. They're going to extend Aiden Hutchinson. So yeah, they're going to be just fine. I think they're going to.
Yeah, the Lions might be one to watch for the next.
Yeah, for the next 3 to 4 seasons, they're definitely going to be a contender. Okay, let's
also I'll say not this year, and maybe it'll start next year, but the Falcons might come into it soon.
Yes, especially when Penix starts.
Yeah.
Hang on, guys.
No, you're good.
Like, I would almost think they would want Kirk Cousins to mentor Penix for the whole year.
Jesus,
That's why I
Walter
was
wouldn't
thinking
shut up.
Stidham and Mac Jones. Because
Probably,
their
but I'm
backups.
thinking the Dolphins need
Mac
like
Jones,
a
that
veteran
might not be-
presence. to have a hope to win, the Dolphins would need like a veteran,
like
who
a
can
Gardner
swing the ball
Minshew,
anywhere.
like a Gardner Minshew, a Tyrod Taylor type, like a Josh McCown. Ryan, there you go.
Fitzmagic.
Yeah, Ryan Fitzpatrick. Absolutely, he's been there before. Dude, maybe put in a call to Indianapolis and see what see what they can get for Joe Flacco. You know what I'm saying?
I think with McDaniels, think about he came from Shanahan.
He did.
It takes a very precise quarterback
Yes,
to fit his
that's very
style
true.
because Tua is deadly accurate.
Dude, that is his superpower. Tua he's probably one of the most accurate passers I think I've ever seen. Like, he puts the ball on the spot.
Because he does not fit with Russell Wilson at all.
Oh my God. No.
His style, it needs to be like, it needs to be someone like Mac Jones, because Mac Jones, he before the Patriots stuff, he was deadly accurate with Alabama.
He was.
I think he would fit that offense very well.
It also helped. It also helped Mac Jones that he had Eagles, future first round pick and Heisman Trophy winner, Eagles wide receiver Devontae Smith as well. But somebody had to get him the football.
Look, just don't send us Russell Wilson and don't send us Carson Wentz.
Oh my God! Jesus Christ! How do you think a guy like I think Mike McDaniel will do very well with a guy like Brock Purdy, like Brock, and again, Kyle Shanahan. You guys remember Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan, Mike McDaniel, and Matt LaFleur were all in that building in Washington when Robert Griffin III was with the then Redskins. This is why Robert Griffin III was as good as he was, because he had 4 future head coaches in that room, and so this is why I think a guy like Brock could work with a guy like Mike McDaniel, because I think he has a lot of similarities to a Kyle Shanahan. But we all know that's never going to happen.
The quarterbacks that worked the best with Shanahan, it was Kirk Cousins, and it was Matt Ryan.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Those kind of guys.
Oh, my God. Yeah, dude, he made Matt Ryan the MVP. Took him to a Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Took him to a Super Bowl, man. So, it's a tough situation for the 49ers, but their situation is better than Miami's right now. That is for sure. All right, let us move.
Well, they're so loaded.
Yeah, dude. And so the Eagles. This was what's crazy about the Eagles' win the other day. We turned the ball over 3 times, and we still hung 34 points on the Green Bay Packers. But I got to tell you guys, we'll talk about that here in a minute. I don't.
Well, it's very different than the Dolphins situation, because their wide receiver room is worth $60 million a year.
Woo! Wow.
They're a passing first offense, dude. Shanahan, you have Debo and Ayuk. You can get around a McCaffrey for a bit.
Right.
You just need him for the playoffs.
Yes. No, I agree. I think you're right. I had not thought about that angle before. Bringing McCaffrey back week 10 or 11, he's 100% healed. Dude, now you got fresh legs, the best running back in football. Yeah, that would make the 49ers very, very formidable.
Yeah.
All right. Let us make why is this not scrolling for me? Oh man, don't tell me my internet's locked up.
As we pick the games, I'm putting them in our chart.
Oh, good. Damn it. Oh, there it is. All right, so I think I'm good. Oh, no, wait a minute. Oh, there we are. All right, we're good now. What the hell was that about? Okay, so the first game on the docket is the Saints at the Cowboys. Dallas is -6. So Miami J, who are you taking against the spread? And are you going to take the over/under?
You know what? Fuck it. I'll take the Saints to win.
What? You're going to step out there like that?
Why not?
All right. He's going to take the Saints to win. What about you, Jay Blaze? Or are you going to take the over or the under?
This is a rough one because, dude, the Saints played a lot better than I think they are because, dude, Bryce Young is terrified.
Oh, my God.
Dude, he is. I think he's done.
He's gunshot. Yeah, I think he is too.
And then the Cowboys look better than what they were because Deshaun Watson
looks
can't
bad.
play quarterback anymore.
Right.
I guess I'll take the Saints with the points.
Okay.
Because -6.
Yep.
And I think this will be a low scoring game because I think the Saints and Cowboys have pretty good defenses.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll take the Saints with the points.
So wait, that means because I'm doing our picks without the spread, so that means Dallas to win.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
Cowboys to win.
Cowboys to
Yeah.
win, but the Saints cover.
Yeah, Saints cover.
All right.
What do you think, Miami J? So you picked the Saints to win. Do you think they cover the spread?
Oh,
or-
yeah. If they win, they cover the spread. So yeah. I
Oh
got
yeah,
the Saints
of
winning.
course, absolutely. Okay, I agree with Jay Blaze. I think the Cowboys win, but I think the Saints cover. I don't think they win by more than 6. I think the Cowboys win, but they don't cover. I'm also gonna take the under because the Cowboys do have a very good defense, and so do the Saints. Now, again, we don't really know because they played against Deshaun Watson, who looks like he doesn't want to play football. Then the other team had to play Bryce Young, who looks like he's afraid to play football. So I guess we'll see what happens from here. But that'll be a very interesting game to watch. I'm very much looking forward to this.
Yeah, we need to
I'm just-
massage his ego.
Yes, yeah.
I'm just hanging with my boy Kamara. all the
There
way,
you go.
baby.
I think Alvin is poised for a breakout game, man. And because he's a
Yeah.
versatile running back, he's a runner and out of the backfield. I think that's
Yeah.
why he's a good pickup. Go ahead, Blaze.
No, I was just saying. Yeah, I agree.
Okay, good stuff. This game is going to be a very good game. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Look, we all picked the Atlanta Falcons to win this division, and I still think they will, but I think the Buccaneers, I think if Atlanta doesn't win it, the Buccaneers right now appear to be the team that could win it. They won a playoff. Remember, they were in the playoffs last year. They dump trucked the Eagles in Tampa. What's to say that, and they're bringing back pretty much the same team. What's to say they can't make the playoffs again? So, what are your thoughts on the Buccaneers? So the Buccaneers. Wow, Detroit is 7.5. That's a big spread. 7.5 point favorites. 51.5 on the over under. Where do you see this one going, Miami J?
I got Detroit all the way here,
Okay.
even with the points.
Oh wow, so you think they cover?
Yeah,
Okay, all
I
right.
do. However, I would take the under here. I don't think they quite put up 51.
Okay, all right. Okay, that's. So you're thinking like 21-17 type.
Yeah. Maybe even 34-10.
Okay.
Like that.
Oh wow. So you think it's going to be a blowout? Okay. All right.
I think it could be. Yeah. At
Okay.
home for Detroit. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
like
yeah, that's yeah. They don't lose. And remember, they beat the Buccaneers in that building last year in the playoffs. So
Yeah.
they've got that too. How do you see this one shaping out, Blaze?
Dude, Baker was the QB of the week, and
He was.
dude, the Browns are regretting getting rid of
Oh
Baker.
my God, yes they
Uh,
are.
Oh yeah.
I think
that was a
the-
dumb move.
Yeah, that was stupid.
Yeah.
And I was the one that said it. I was like, dude, do not. I told you guys right here. I said, do not. You got to keep Baker. They didn't keep him, and we missed those commercials. We don't get any of those cool those insurance commercials anymore. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm taking the Lions, but I think the Buccaneers, I think if you can tease it, I think the Buccaneers do keep it somewhat close because I still think they're a good coach team.
Okay. Yeah. Listen, we all thought that Todd Bowles was going to be up out of there, but Baker's actually a good quarterback. I agree with you. I think the Lions. I think the Lions win, but I don't think they cover. But I'm going to take the over. I think this is going to be a shootout. And remember, the Buccaneers have a decent defense. The Detroit Lions have a decent defense. But it's not a defense that's going to blow you away. And oh, by the way, Devin White, who used to play for the Buccaneers, is not there anymore because he now plays for the Eagles. So yeah, I'm going to take Detroit. But I don't think they cover. But I definitely think I see this being like a 34-30 type game. 38-34, something like that. 31-28. That's where I see this one going. This one is a very interesting game. So we have the Jordan Loveless Packers going up against Anthony Richardson and that cannon fucking arm. Oh my God. Did you see that throw that he made? That was, dude, he slips off his back foot, throws it fucking 70 yards. 70 yards. It was a rock. It was crazy. Anyway, so looks like Indy is a 3-point favorite. So Indy is a 3-point favorite on the road, obviously because Jordan Love is not there. The over-under is 40.5. Miami J, how do you see this one going?
If this game was happening in winterish weather, I would take the Packers. But since it's not, I'm taking the Colts.
Okay. All right.
And I'll pick them to cover.
Okay. Very good. Jay Blaze?
You know what Anthony Richardson is? He's that MLB player, outfielder, who just goes at bat and he either strikes out or hits a home run. That's all he is. And
Yes.
I think he hits a couple key passes. Dude, the Packers, who's their backup? We don't know.
Nobody knows.
And
it's Malik Willis. They traded for him. Dude, he's been on the team for like 20 minutes, and now he's got to start.
Who is that?
I'm going to take the Colts then.
Malik Willis is the black guy who played for Liberty that was drafted by the Tennessee Titans.
I've never in my life heard that name before.
Are you kidding me? Oh, okay. Well, dude, I mean,
I guess he was like just a mispersonality because, dude, everyone loved him. Like, he had the greatest story.
Yeah.
But he's just... Like,
he's a freak athlete.
Yeah,
you know what Malik Willis is? You know
who
Malik Willis is? Malik Willis is a poor man's Anthony Richardson. That's who he is.
Oh, well,
that's who he is.
okay.
Yeah. He's hyper athletic. Listen, I agree with you, Miami J. I think the Colts win this game on the road, and I think they cover. But I'm going to take the under. I don't think this is going to be a. Anthony Richardson probably comes up with a couple of spectacular plays. You know, if this were a baseball game, he'd probably go 2 for 5 with 3 strikeouts and, you know, a home run and a triple, maybe. So I think that, you know, I think he'll have a couple of wow plays. I think the Colts, I think they beat the Packers on the road, but I don't see this. And I think they cover. I think they win and cover, but I don't see this going over 40.5 points.
All right.
Okay, let's go to the next. Oh, this is an interesting game. Oh, this is a very interesting game. The Jets and the Titans. Now, we know the Titans are fucking horrible because, you know, Will Levis can't really play the position. The Jets are 0-1. They're coming off of, you know, I don't want to say it's an embarrassing loss. It's the San Francisco 49ers. They're gonna drub everybody. They're probably the best team in the NFC. So I don't think it's time to hit the panic button yet. But they better take care of business against the Titans, or Aaron Rodgers is going to find it very, very difficult to walk around New York City until they get their first win. Miami J, how do you see this one going? New York is a 3.5 point favorite on the road. The over under is 41.5.
I think this is Aaron Rodgers coming out party for the Jets. I'll take the Jets here.
Yeah. Okay. You gonna take them to cover?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
And what about the over under?
I'll stick with the over. That's a pretty low total.
Yeah. Okay, I agree with that. What? How do you see this one going, Jay Blaze?
You know, the Titans should be 1-0. And, dude, he threw the worst INT I've ever seen.
Oh, my. Dude, Tua's was almost as bad. Almost as bad. Do you remember that, Miami J? Oh, that was horrible.
Yeah.
I'm taking
Levis is bad.
the Jets. I think once they get a couple wins under their belt, you'll actually see the Jets being a lot better.
Yeah.
But I think they have a lot of pressure because of the Aaron Rodgers injury last year, and I think they just need a couple wins under their belt to actually ease the tension.
Yeah.
And I think
But you know what? I think maybe some pressure might be off the Jets with Tua being out. I think the division is the division's
back
New
up for
York's to
grabs.
lose right now.
Yeah, it's back up for grabs. Yeah, it really is. It's either going to be Buffalo or New York. And I don't think
the
it's going to
Jets
be
have
Buffalo.
a much better roster.
Yeah.
Than
Oh yeah.
the
They're
Bills.
they're loaded. I'm going to take the Jets. Here you go, Walter. Yes. There you go. Here. Jesus Christ. There you go, buddy. My cat is spoiled. He only likes fresh water. Jesus Christ. I'm going to take the Jets to cover, and I'm going to take the over. I think this is a blowout victory. This is going to be like a 35-10 type game. Like, I think the Jets are going to hang at least 35 points. I think that defense, that much maligned defense, like they had to go against the San Francisco 49ers and Kyle Shanahan. Not an easy offense to defend against. That's why they gave up 32 points. It's Brock Purdy, it's Deebo Samuel, it's Brandon Ayuk, and Jordan Mason if he turns out to be the truth. So I think the Jets go in. I think they make a statement. I agree with you. I think Aaron Rodgers, here's another prediction. I think they win, they cover, they take the over, and Aaron Rodgers throws for 300 yards for the first time in 26 games. That's the prediction that I will make on that game.
I can see it happening. Yeah.
Yep, there we go.
I'm playing Aaron Rodgers against you, Don.
Oh, shit, man. Damn, that sucks. Oh, that totally sucks.
You know what?
Have to,
here's a.
I need Debo. I need Debo. Devin, I need Debo. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Here's a hot take. I don't know if it's a hot take or not, but
What you got?
if Aaron Rodgers doesn't ball out this game, people are gonna start talking about is he done.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like if he has a bet, they're all like, dude, they're already whispers.
It's the Titans. He's got to put up numbers.
This is it. This is a warm up fight. Like this is like you gotta take care of the bad football teams. The Titans are bad. I don't even know who their head coach is right now. Like who the hell knows?
I don't know.
But yeah, I agree. I think I agree with you, Miami J. I think this is going to be a coming out party for Aaron Rodgers. But if he does not absolutely ball out, I think, and they're already whispers because they're already talking about the fact that he's not really very mobile. Like he drops back and he releases it. He used to run around a lot, but he is 40 years old and he is coming off of an Achilles injury. So it's not surprising that he's not as mobile, but you might be right. They might actually start talking about, is Aaron Rodgers done? That'd be a very difficult conversation.
Because against the 49ers, you don't expect much.
Exactly.
But
Dude, the
against the
49ers
Titans, you
are
have
loaded.
to.
The 49ers are loaded on offense and defense. Dude, Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw, who isn't even there, Tuofa Tufunga is back from last year. He tore his ACL. Dude, they have Javon Hargrave, who played for the Eagles. I mean, dude, they're loaded everywhere. Okay, next game. The 49ers and the Vikings. Now, this is interesting. The 49ers are 4.5-point favorites on the road against the 1-0 Minnesota Vikings, who boat raced, the New York Giants. It really wasn't that big a deal. 46.5 is the over, which means they think that the teams will score 23 each. Miami J, how do you see this one going? Are you going to take the over, the under, and who's going to cover?
I got the Niners. I got them covering.
Okay.
I'll take the under here. I don't, but yeah, I think the Niners will cover.
Okay. Jay Blaze, how do you see it going?
I do think it's going to be closer than people think because Sam Darnold was with the 49ers.
He sure
he
was.
does know a lot more about the 49ers than
the personnel, yeah.
Other teams, yeah. And I think Sam Darnold was he played really well last week. And
yes, he did.
Yeah. I think the 49ers win. See, I'm going to take the under.
Okay.
But I just don't see it like with the threat of Christian McCaffrey. That could affect things with the totals.
Okay.
So I'll take the under and I'll take the 49ers. But the Vikings might do a backdoor cover because I do think they're better than people think.
Like a last-minute field goal sort of thing to bring it within 2 points or something. Yeah,
I'm going to take the Vikings to win straight up.
Okay.
Yeah, I think because Jordan Mason is largely an unknown commodity. Now, listen, he did have a very good day against a very good defense. The New York Jets defense, I mean, they're one of the best in the league, at least on paper. The Minnesota Vikings, they don't have the defense that the Jets have, but they do have a formidable defense with Harrison Smith, and the other guy, I've already forgotten his name. They're at free and strong safety. Yeah, I think Minnesota is a lot better than people think, and I think Sam Darnold is a lot better than people think. I think the reason why we're so low on Sam Darnold, you got to think about this. He was drafted by the New York Jets. The New York Jets are terrible at developing quarterbacks. Mark Sanchez was a bust. Geno Smith was a bust. Zach Wilson was a bust. Chad Pennington was out there for a little while. He didn't get any good until he came to Miami. The New York Jets do not do quarterbacks very well. That's why they had to go out and get Brett Favre and now Aaron Rodgers. And eventually, who knows, maybe even Jordan Love will end up playing for the Jets like the last two quarterbacks. The Jets cannot develop quarterbacks. But Sam Darnold was he was drafted by the New York Jets. They couldn't develop him. They got him out of there. Sam Darnold was awesome at USC. There's no reason he should not have been good in New York. They don't know how to develop quarterbacks. I think that Kevin O'Connell is the perfect head coach and the perfect system. And it's funny, Dan Orlovsky says that the Minnesota Vikings, that was the best situation for a rookie quarterback and not the Chicago Bears. And so JJ McCarthy was probably poised to be the starter, but I think that this is a resurgence here for Sam Darnold. So I'm taking the Vikings to win straight up. Go ahead, Jay Blaze.
And his coach was Adam Gase, who I will never understand how he kept getting coaching jobs.
I don't know how.
It was because of Peyton Manning.
Oh my God, dude.
Adam Gase is the
new Nathaniel Hackett.
Peyton Manning in Denver.
He was a disaster in Miami.
Yes, he was. Listen, Adam Gase is or how can I put this? Nathaniel Hackett is Adam Gase 2.0, right? Nathaniel Hackett does not deserve to be a head coach in this league. It was he got fired wasn't even halfway through the season. The first year he had Russell, that was a fucking disaster. And now he's the offensive coordinator in New York, right? So yeah. The Sam Darnold never had a chance, but now he's got Kevin O'Connell, who is an offensive mastermind, and he's got Aaron Jones in the backfield, and Justin Jefferson as the wideout, Jordan Addison on the other side. I think the Vikings shocked the 49ers, but I'm going to take the under because I think they both play very good defense. let's go to the Seahawks and the Patriots. This is actually quite intriguing. The Patriots came out and surprised everybody when they beat the lowly Bengals. But we know, listen, Joe Burrow I think is like 1-3 in week ones in his career. The Bengals are a notoriously slow team. They started 0-2 the year they went to the Super Bowl. So I don't know how much stock we're putting in this Patriots win. But Miami J, Seattle again. Wow, another road favorite. A lot of road favorites this week. Seattle 3-point favorite on the road. The over/under is quite low at 38.5. How do you see this one going?
Yeah. I like the over. I'll say that right off the bat. That 38 is very
really low. Yeah,
surprisingly low.
Yeah.
But I'll take the Seahawks and I'll take them to cover. I think they win this thing by a touchdown.
Okay. Jay Blaze, how do you see this one going?
I think there's just more talent on their side of the football.
Yeah.
100%.
If we know anything about I believe the Patriots coach is a player's coach.
Yes.
And they always play hard that first game.
That's true.
And I think the Bengals went into a trap.
Yeah.
And I think the Seahawks have a better defense than what people think. And I think they get better, solid quarterback play. I'm taking the Seattle to cover.
Okay, yeah, you got agreement across the board here. I'm going to take Seattle to win and cover. I'm actually going to take the over as well. 38.5 is very low. That means both teams. That means they're predicting both teams to score less than 20. Can't see that happening. The Patriots don't have a good defense. Neither do the Seahawks. So this, I mean, who knows? This thing could end up being a wild shootout, maybe. But yeah, I think the Seahawks win. I think they cover, and I'm definitely going to take the over.
I think the Seahawks defense could be a lot better mid-season.
Yeah, that's true. They're young. They're young.
Yeah.
They're young and they have a lot of draft capital. The Seahawks, you know what? The Seahawks low-key have hit on a lot of defensive draft picks lately. They actually draft defense pretty well. They draft Bobby Wagner, Earl Thomas, Cam Chancellor, the Legion of Boom, Richard Sherman. So, yeah, keep an eye on the Seahawks.
They hit on those draft picks because Pete Carroll had his pulse to the college team when he came into the league. And they stopped later because he didn't have the pulse on it.
Right.
But because of the Russell Wilson trade,
yes, they got a king's ransom for Russell fucking Wilson.
Exactly.
They're going to benefit. They're going to benefit from that for the next 3 seasons. That's going to be crazy.
Exactly.
God, 2 2s, 2 1, 2 1s, 2 2. Oh my God, that was crazy. Okay,
whoever in the chat just said Tom Brady's going to go play for the Dolphins. Go wash your mouth out with soap.
Oh my God, what are you talking about? He would never do that. That's crazy. That's crazy talk. That's blasphemous. Blasphemous. And oh boy, the NFC least, I guess. Listen, man, the NFC East might be the worst division in football. Yes, we have the Eagles, but the Cowboys, I think, are fool's gold. The Giants are terrible. The Commanders could be good, but we'll see. That remains to be seen. Washington is a 1.5-point favorite at home against the New York Giants. Like, when you're at home, you're supposed to get 3 points off the bat. So what they're telling us here is that they don't think Washington is very good. Miami J, how do you see this one going?
You know what? Vegas is usually not very wrong, but I got to take Washington here.
Okay.
And I'm going to take the over. I think this might be a sneaky shootout type of game.
Okay.
You know, this is one of those games that may have been so bad, it's going to be really entertaining to watch.
Like 44-40, some shit like that?
Yeah.
That'd be great. That'd be great. Jay Blaze, how do you see this one going?
See, this is the garbage bowl of the week. The Giants, Daniel Jones. I'm feeling bad for him. I do.
It's
because he's getting paid he's getting paid. Don't feel bad for him.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's
very true. For life.
Boy, he is. Yeah, he is robbing the bank out there in New York, man.
Yeah,
I will never understand what that general manager sees in Daniel Jones.
Shane.
I don't know how you don't pay Saquon Barkley a few years ago.
Listen, what football team had a worse weekend than the New York Giants? So they get drubbed against Minnesota, and then 2 days before they watch Saquon Barkley score 3 touchdowns against the Packers down in Brazil. Holy shit,
dude, that was bad.
Yeah,
and
really bad.
Dude, and you have to ask yourself, what market would Daniel Jones get on the market? Like, I don't know why they set his market at $40 million. It just doesn't make sense. Like, you have to go supply and demand. What kind of market would you have?
You're telling me. Hang on. Here's the problem.
Okay.
Daniel Jones is making the same every year as Patrick Mahomes.
Oh my God.
It's wild.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Tell me
dude.
the quarterback market isn't upside down.
Ay, ay, ay. Patrick Mahomes has won 3 Super Bowls. He's been to 4, and Dak Prescott makes 50% more than Patrick Mahomes. Ay, 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 ay. Oh, boy.
It's disgusting. Like,
It's crazy.
they need to fix this market.
They really do. It's getting out of
ballooned
control.
way too much.
It's getting out of control.
I'm gonna go Washington because I don't trust the Giants at all.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Commanders too. I think the Giants, dude. I think the Giants are the worst team in football. I mean, the worst teams in football are probably the Giants, the Panthers, and the Giants, the Panthers, and there's another team in there. Oh, and the
They're
Patriots.
so
The
bad
Giants,
that you're forgetting them.
Panthers, Patriots, and Titans are the worst 4 teams in football. Yeah, I'm going to take the Commanders here. I think I'm going to take the over, but I think this is going to be a blowout. I think this is going to be a Jaden Daniels. This is going to be a Jaden Daniels feast. He actually had 38 fantasy points. He had 2 rushing touchdowns. I think he stays in the pocket a little bit more and sort of threatens with his legs, but I think that Giants defense is going to be susceptible to a guy like Jaden Daniels. I think they roll the Giants at home. I don't think this game is going to be close. Oh boy, the Chargers and the Chargers and the Panthers. Ay, ay, ay. The Panthers, probably the worst team in football. The Chargers, man, 1-0. They are 5-point favorites. A lot of road favorites today. 5-point favorites on the road. A very low over/under. Miami J, how do you see this one going?
I got the Chargers here all the way.
Yeah.
They're just on paper. They're just exponentially better than the Panthers.
Yeah.
There's no excuse why LA should lose this game.
Nope, I agree. I totally agree. Oh my God. Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Nobody.
I'll take the over. I'll take the over
Sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. So they're going to take the over. You're going to take the Chargers to win and cover. Jay Blaze, what you got?
Yep.
See, I feel terrible for Bryce Young because, dude, they should have tried to do what the Jets did last year,
or drafted CJ
and
Stroud,
get a veteran quarterback,
right,
and have Bryce Young just say, "Hey, take the year off, learn behind this guy."
Yeah.
They could have got Flacco or somebody else, and dude, they have no draft capital at all because they've whiffed on everything they have done.
That's a bad.
They have no capital.
Team, man.
They cannot replace Bryce Young with anyone.
Nope.
And dude, they are so bad and so badly mismanaged. I'm going to take the Chargers, and I'm kind of surprised it's only -5.
Yeah.
So I'll take the Chargers, and I'll take the over because I think the Chargers.
They're going to score all the points.
I think he goes off.
Yeah, dude, you got 100% agreement here, man. I think I'm taking the Chargers. I'm taking the over, and I think they cover. Yeah, the Panthers, they are a very, very, very bad football team, and I agree. I almost feel bad for Bryce Young because that offensive line is terrible. You can already see that he is gun shy. It's just so bad. Hell, even the owner, David Tepper, has even said, "Yeah, no, I wish I had drafted C.J. Stroud." It's like why do you want to put that in the kid's head? Go ahead, Jay Blaze.
Because Bryce Young, he needs a very he needs an offense that is very tailored for him,
right?
And that is not the Panthers. He needs certain things placed very well, and then he could succeed. But dude, he is so gun shy, and it reminds me of David Carr.
Dude, totally. Dude, remember David Carr's rookie season got sacked 72 times? He was never the same after that. He was never the same after that, man. That was crazy. Okay, let's go to the next game, and that is the Brown. Oh, this is an interesting game. The 0-1 Browns against the 0-1 Jaguars. Both teams need this. They both need this victory. They need this victory very, very badly. The Jacksonville Jaguars are 3-point favorites at home. The over-under is 41.5, which could be a little bit low. How do you see this one going, Miami J?
I got the Browns winning. I think they need the game more.
Okay.
So I'll take the Browns, and I'll take the under on this one.
Okay. All right.
This could be a low-scoring game.
Okay. Good stuff. How do you see this one going, Jay Blaze?
I think the Jaguars played better last week than the Browns did.
Okay.
Dude, Deshaun looked like he'd never played quarterback.
I know, man. That was
before.
Bad.
And dude, think about his new allegation. Dude,
oh yeah, right. Oh,
will their focus be on football? The players are going to be asked about it, and I'm going to take the Jaguars because I
Okay.
think the Deshaun is just completely a distraction.
Okay.
And dude,
Okay.
and how much are they regretting getting rid of
Oh
Joe
my
Flacco
God,
right now?
Baker
Oh, they have
Mayfield.
to be.
Ay.
Or-
Dude, you know they're hating it, man. Because Baker's balling out. He's balling out down in Tampa. He signed
know
a
what
3-year,
sucks
$100
for
million
the Browns?
contract.
For
What's that?
decades, this was the team when quarterbacks went to die.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
They finally get one with Baker Mayfield, and they let him go.
Unbelievable. Wow.
Have you heard that Deshaun might have a Twitter account that he has been using to praise himself?
Oh my God.
He has like a,
Oh,
and
Jesus. Please don't
I think
tell me
it's
that's
called.
true.
I can't remember what it's called, but he'll just say, "Oh, number 4, he needs a. He doesn't have the guy for the 49ers, the best
Christian
left tackle
McCaffrey.
in football.
Oh, Trent Williams. Yeah.
Yeah,
Jesus
Trent Williams.
Christ.
Yeah, number 4 doesn't have him. You can't see what he's doing, and dude, he just keeps going number 4, number 4, number 4.
It's the
and
fact that
everyone's
he
going,
calls him number 4.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah.
Real quick before
And-
we move on, we've actually got a couple of good questions here. Phantom 313 asks, do you think Daniel Jones could be a better quarterback on another team with weapons on offense? Yeah, I think he could be. We're never going to find that out unless somebody gets hurt. Daniel Jones is done. He is going to be a career backup. Like, it's over. It's over. And listen, every once in a while, you get it doesn't happen often. Like what Baker Mayfield is doing does not happen often. Baker Mayfield has had a resurgence. Ryan Tannehill did the same thing. He was a bit of a bust in Miami. He went to Tennessee, actually ended up carving out a pretty good career for himself. I think he signed a $160 million contract, I think the second year he was there.
Let me clarify.
okay.
Tannehill was never a bust in Miami. He was just always hurt.
Oh, yeah, that's true because he ran around a lot. That's exactly right.
look at Geno Smith.
Yeah, Geno Smith.
Yeah,
He's got a
that's a
resurgence
good
there
one.
in Seattle, and Sam Darnold might be at the precipice of his comeback. But even though those stories are all come out, Alex Smith is another guy, right? Banished from San Francisco, ended up going to Washington until Jesus Christ, into that gruesome fucking injury. Oh my God, that was. Oh my God, that was.
I will say, if you can put Daniel Jones next year and have him back up on the 49ers and give him Kyle Shanahan for a few years,
there you
he
go.
might be able to.
There you go.
Yeah.
Because guess what?
Because-
that's what Sam Darnold did.
Because his comps coming out of the draft were Matt Ryan because he had an undersized arm.
Yep.
But if you could get him with a
Scheme him up.
quarterback guru like him,
Yeah.
because I think Dayball likes a guy like Josh Allen.
Yes, he
He-
made
I don't
Josh
think he
Allen into
works
who
well
he
with
is. As a matter of
Daniel
fact,
Jones.
yeah. Dayball likes the big. Brian Dayball is the reason why Josh Allen took the step that he did in Buffalo. Brian Dayball was Josh Allen's his quarterback coach in Buffalo, and he proved that he was not a Nathaniel Hackett or an Adam Gase because he had Daniel Jones at his best year a couple of years ago. Took the Giants to the playoffs, and they actually beat the Vikings in the playoffs before, of course, getting dump truck by the Eagles, who eventually went on to the Super Bowl that year. But I agree. I think it's really cool to see these resurgences, but they do not happen often. I can't listen. I could be wrong. I don't see that happening with Daniel Jones.
And if you hear Dayball's comments on Daniel Jones, he's like done with him.
Oh,
He-
yeah, dude.
he's just
it's over
so
with. Yeah,
over
he's
him.
done. He's
And
done. Yeah.
dude, Daniel Jones is going to cost him his job if he doesn't get rid of him next
You
year.
know what? You're right, but I think that if the Giants fire Brian Dayball, I think he has another job tomorrow.
Yeah,
Because-
he'll get another
I-
job
I-
easily.
Yeah. For him
He's
to
easily the
drag
best
that
coach
team.
in division.
Yes. Now that I agree with. Because he drug that bad Giants football team to the playoffs and got them into the divisional round. That was amazing. That was fucking amazing.
Now, do you think Daniel Jones is that kind of quarterback that he got paid, he got his one paycheck, and he
Right,
just
right.
I'm done?
He
No.
could. He could.
No, I think he looks like he tries. I think he cares. He's just
I
not.
think he loves football. Like Carson Wentz. He
Yeah.
got $128 million from the Eagles. He still plays. He probably loves the game. So yeah. Here's another question. CDL says the Carolina Panthers have Andy Dalton. He could be playing and said, right. What the Panthers should have done with Bryce Young and Andy Dalton what the Patriots are doing with Jacoby Brissett and Drake May.
Yeah.
That's what they should have done. Andy Dalton is the more experienced quarterback. Let him take the hits. Let him Let him show Bryce Young how to be a pro. Let him sit behind him for a year or two before you throw him in there. This is
know
just,
what?
And actually get
they're
it
ruining
right.
him.
The Dolphins can probably get Andy Dalton a lot easier than they could get Kirk Cousins.
They probably could, actually.
Yeah.
They probably
I think
could
it's Mac Jones, Andy Dalton, or
maybe Joe
Stidham
Flacco.
would work well with McDonald.
That's, you know what? I think you're right. I think Mac Jones,
McDaniels.
or
Yeah.
I think you're right, because Gardner Minshew is. I mean, he's still in Las Vegas. He's gonna start for the year. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think those are the only. Maybe Joe Flacco, but I don't see the Colts giving up Joe Flacco, just given what he did with the Browns last year.
Yeah, no, I don't think he will. I don't think Flacco's going anywhere.
So I'm gonna take Jacksonville. I'm gonna take Jacksonville to cover, and I'm gonna take the under, because the Jaguars have a very underrated defense, and the Browns have a great defense. They didn't show it last week against the Cowboys, but I think their defense shows up this time. Go ahead, Jay, please.
Yeah, I'll agree.
Okay, very good. Let's move to the next game. The Las Vegas. Oh boy. The Las Vegas Raiders against the 0-1 and very, very grumpy Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens are almost a double-digit home favorite. The over/under is 41.5. Miami J, how do you see this one going?
Give me Baltimore in their home opener.
Yep.
Dude, they're going to blow them out by 41 points.
Yep.
I'll take the over.
Yep. Jay Blaze, how do you see this one going?
I totally agree. I think Lamar needs to work on those layup passes. He needs to, because dude, they should have beat the Chiefs.
Yes,
they
should have beat. They should. I thought they played better than Kansas City. Kansas City did not. Once again, Kansas City did not play their best game, and they still won. So,
and I don't understand. The Baltimore did the same thing in the playoffs last year. They got away from the run, and it just doesn't make sense.
No,
there's no excuse this time. You got fucking Derrick Henry back there, for real. Like, honestly, Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson, I think that's probably. They're the scariest quarterback running back combination. I think they're even scarier than Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley, because Lamar is he is amazing. Like, he is unbelievable, and he's fairly durable. He did have that one injury that kept him out, I think, for 3 or 4 games a couple seasons ago. But Lamar is electric, man. He is must-see TV. I'm going 3 for 3. I think the Baltimore Ravens win. I think they win in a blowout, and I'm taking the over. I see him putting up at least 40 points on the Raiders and not giving up very much. So this one is good. I think this one will be ugly and over very, very quick. Before we go to the next game, the Rams and the Cardinals, very interesting game there, actually. Another question. This is a very good question. Phantom313 says, do you think the Panthers will finish the season 0-17? Oh, wow.
Can we see their record? Can we bring up the record?
Their schedule,
their schedule.
Yes.
What is their?
Hang on.
Hold on. Let me. You know what? That's actually. Hold on. Let's go to teams here. Let's go to the Carolina. Where's Carolina? Let's see. Where are they? Carolina. Where are they? I don't see them. Oh, there they are, right in front of my fucking face.
So they have the 11th toughest schedule. I don't think they will go 0-17.
Okay, so here is their schedule. Okay, so they lost to the Saints, and the Saints weren't really expected to be very good, right? Like,
Derek Carr lit them up.
Yeah, and Derek Carr is a serviceable quarterback, but he's not a world beater. I think they'll lose to the Chargers. I think they lose to the Raiders. I don't know, man. The Broncos.
Give them week 5. Give me week 5 against the Bears. Give me Carolina.
Maybe
Bears,
they win. Maybe
Giants.
they beat the Giants. Yeah, I think they probably beat the Giants. Oh God, yeah. Okay, the Bears and the Giants. They're not beating the. Oh my God, why are the Panthers?
Maybe the Cardinals late in the season.
Maybe. Why are the Kansas City Chiefs playing the Carolina Panthers? Like, what's the purpose of that? Like, what are we doing? Oh my God, dude, that's gonna be a fuck. Oh my God, is it?
Watch that be the game the Panthers win.
You know what? Crazier things have fucking happened, and they get them in Charlotte. I don't think the Chiefs have ever played the Panthers in Charlotte. That's an interesting matchup. I don't see. Yeah, maybe the Cardinals late. Dude, look, the Cardinals, the Giants, maybe the Bears.
Maybe the Broncos.
Maybe the Broncos, but I don't know. 0-17, Oh shit! The race start. Oh, that's right. There's F1. Sorry about that, guys. I get F1 notifications. I'll be getting up early to watch the Baku Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Yeah. Listen. 0-17. Look, would I be surprised? No, because the Panthers are a bad. They're a bad football team, man. I think they'll win one, maybe
either,
2 games.
But I don't think it's going to happen. Honestly,
I think they'll win.
It's very hard to go
games.
winless.
Yeah, it's very. What do you think is harder? What do you think is the tougher feat? Going winless or going undefeated?
Oh, undefeated.
Come on. Undefeated is
undefeated is tougher.
Undefeated is very, very difficult. Okay, Rams.
You can go winless on purpose.
Yes, yeah, you could, or not put your team in the best position to win. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, you have to try to win. Yeah, and it's only been done once. It's only been done once. So. All right, so we got the
Dolphins.
So this is a very the 72 Dolphins Patriots came close. Yeah, very good point. So the Rams and Cardinals. This is a very interesting NFC West matchup. The Cardinals tend to play very well at home. Now the Rams, we all think they're the better football team, but let's not forget that they're dealing with a litany of injuries along that offensive line, and Puka Nacua is on IR, so he's going to miss at least the next 4 games. Jonathan Gannon, very, very good head coach, used to be the defensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles. It looks like, oh, wait a minute. Sorry about that. Okay, so it says Arizona
it's a push.
off. It is a push. Wow, it is a push, and the over-under is 47.5. So, okay, so I guess we're just going to pick who's going to win straight up, and then we're going to take the over-under. How do you see this going, Miami J?
I'll take the home team on this one. Give me the Cardinals. I'll take the under, though. I think 47 is a little high for this game.
Okay, very good. How do you see this one going, Jay Blaze?
See, I was a tad high on Kyler earlier in this year because, dude, his contract aged pretty well.
Yeah, it did.
Dude, I can't stand him running because he's so goddamn short.
He looks like he looks like a possum when he runs. He's like,
yeah. He called out Marvin Harrison Jr. Why would you do that? You have no other weapons besides him.
Oh my god!
And he called him out. And I shouldn't be forced to throw the ball to him. It's like, yes, you should. You should throw him like 10 passes a game just because he's your best weapon. And I'll take the Rams. I hate Kyler Murray. I hate him. I'll take the Rams.
I'm going to take the Rams, too, even though they are dealing with offensive line problems and they are missing Puka Nacua. Listen, man, they've still got Kyron Williams. Their backup is Blake Corum, the standout running back at Michigan, and they still have Cooper Kupp. And of course they've got other backups that are not Puka Nacua, who is going to be one of the highest paid receivers in the league in a few years. Yeah, I think the Rams go in, and I think they take care of business against the Cardinals. I think the Rams need this game more than the Cardinals do, because the Rams, no one expects the Cardinals to do anything. There are a lot of people that are picking the Rams to make a lot of noise in the playoffs, like I've heard them mentioned in Super Bowl picks and things like that. So I think the Rams go into Arizona, and I think that they take care of business. Got a CDL in the chat says, I've got Carolina over Philadelphia for $100. Donovan, do we even play Carolina? Oh, we do play Carolina.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
you do.
Dude, I'm not taking your money like that, man. Come on, bro. Like, no, I'm not. Look, like, dude, I would feel very, very bad because, like, you would literally just be giving me $100. Like, no, that's not happening.
Yeah.
Steelers and Broncos. This is an interesting game. So the Steelers played a lot better than we thought they were. They're going into Mile High. They are 2.5-point favorites on the road. Another road favorite against a very game Denver Broncos team. You've got Sean Payton out there. You've got Bo Nix as the trigger man. He was my preseason offensive rookie of the year. Miami J, how do you see this one going? Who you taking with the over-under?
I got the Broncos here.
Okay.
I think I have no faith in the Steelers at all.
Oh, okay.
And like I said a couple of weeks ago, I think the Broncos are going to be better than people think.
Okay. All right.
Give me the Broncos at 36. I'll take the over.
Okay. All right. And do you take them to cover?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Broncos, of course.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
They
so
win,
they win, they cover. Got it. Okay. Jay Blaze, how do you see this one going?
So I think the Steelers won because, dude, Kirk Cousins with the Falcons, he's a very timing-oriented quarterback.
He is.
He had no timing with his receivers.
Right.
I don't, this is the issue with preseason, no one playing in preseason and limited practice. And I'm going to take the Broncos because, dude, for some reason, I guess, even though he's a rookie, Peyton trusted him to throw the ball. I think he threw the ball 46 times.
Wow.
And Yeah.
God damn, he threw it all over the yard.
And it's sad because I was hoping to see Russell Wilson, but dude, he's not playing. And
Russ ain't playing, man. He's done, dude.
yeah, he's done. And he has a calf issue that he's had since the beginning of training camp, so that leads to an Achilles later on.
Yes,
so,
it does.
Like Russ, he's going to be a backup the rest of his career. And I'm going to take the Broncos.
Okay, very good. I'm going to take the Steelers in this. I think the Steelers. I think they've got. I think that defense is hellified. Mika Fitzpatrick, T.J. Watt. I think they're going to. I think the Steelers are low key. I think they could possibly catch lightning in a bottle with Justin Fields. I think Justin Fields. Hopefully, he gets things cleaned up. I can see a world where Justin Fields actually has a pretty good game, both running and throwing the football, and I think that's why they beat the Falcons, who are actually pretty good defensively, is because with Russell Wilson you don't have that multi-dimensional. Yes, Russell Wilson can move, but he doesn't move like he used to. Justin Fields is a freaky athlete. Like, that dude is really fast, and he's big, he's tough, and he's fast. So I'm going to take Pittsburgh to win, and I'm going to take them to cover, but I am going to take the under. So I think Pittsburgh wins. I think they probably win 14-10, 21-17, something like that. But I'm going to take the under on this one. But I think the Steelers go into Denver and get the win.
Okay.
This next game is going to be a very, very interesting game. You got the 0-1 Bengals going into Kansas City, where we know they are not afraid to go. The Bengals, I think the only team that's ever beaten Kansas City in Kansas City with Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. Kansas City are 6-point favorites. The over-under 48.5, so it looks like this could be a high-scoring game. The Bengals, listen, they don't have Joe Mixon anymore. They're not the same team. Still in contract talks with Jamar Chase, who clearly isn't game ready yet. How do you see this one going, Miami, Jay?
I got the Chiefs. The Jamar Chase thing is just dragging on.
Yeah.
Too fucking long.
Yeah.
He just came out tonight while we were here on the air and said that he's not making a long-term deal with them. So,
oh wow,
that's a shit show. Give me the Chiefs. I'll take the under, but yeah, they'll cover.
Okay, Jay Blaze.
Yeah.
So at their best, I think the Bengals can beat the Chiefs, but dude, the Bengals, they are not the team from 2 years ago.
No,
like,
they're not.
Dude, for some reason, Joe Burrow has not elevated himself at all compared to where he was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what? That's true. We keep talking about him being one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah,
he's got to prove that this year.
No, I agree. Like, listen. Remember, he missed his rookie season because he tore his ACL.
Yeah.
His second year, he got his team to the Super Bowl. His third year, which was last year, he injured his wrist. I think 2 or 3 games into the season. This is really only his second. I think this is like his second or third year. So yeah, Joe Burrow's got to put up or shut up. Look. If Joe Burrow gets hurt again, I think Cincinnati needs to think about drafting another quarterback next year in the draft.
Yeah, because now they got to pay him.
Yeah, they've already paid him.
Oh, they did?
This is why these quarterback contracts are just
they're crazy,
killers.
Man. They're crazy.
Because he's getting, what, $55 million?
$55 million a year. Yep.
This is affecting them getting Jamar Chase.
Yep.
And so you might have your first-round pick of 2 straight years just be out in like back-to-back years. Like, and Joe Burrow, he's doing all this weird stuff. He went on like a runway in like France or something with like his back. Dude, he's done some weird things. I'm gonna take the Chiefs because I just trust their process more. Yep. And until Joe Burrow shows me he can be the quarterback from 2 years ago, I won't trust him.
Okay, I'm going to take the Chiefs here, but I don't think they cover. I think that I don't think they cover, and I'm going to take the over. I see this game being like a 30-24 type game. Maybe like a 35-29 type game.
Yeah.
I think the Bengals can. I think they can put up. I think they will put up points, but that defense is really, really lacking. And we know Cincinnati is not the type of team that panics at 0-2. Like, they started out 0-2. They made the Super Bowl. They started 1-3. They went to the divisional round. So, unfortunately, they have these slow starts. But I think not panicking is going to hurt them because, just like you guys said, this is not the team from 2 years ago, and it doesn't look like it's the same Joe Burrow as 2 years ago. So we'll see what happens. Maybe they catch lightning.
Sorry.
Is it weird?
Go ahead.
Who did you take? Who did you take?
I
Blaze?
took the Chiefs.
Yeah, he took
Got
the
it.
Chiefs. Yeah.
Is it weird that the Chiefs, like, even though they won 2 in a row, I'm still kind of rooting for them because of the Buckner thing
Oh yeah, Harrison
and a
Butker.
few other
Yes,
things.
yes, I love it.
You know what?
I wouldn't be
You
mad
know
at
what?
Kansas City
I'm
3-beat.
sorry, but Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes are so much more likable than Brady and Belichick.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
If you're
yes.
not from New England, you could not root for the damn Patriots.
No.
You
I
can
hated
find
them.
yourself rooting for these two guys.
Yeah, look, Andy Reid, of course, Hall of Fame head coach. We love him out here in Philly, or out there in Philly. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes is a likable guy, dude. Who doesn't like Travis Kelce? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
I mean, if Patrick Mahomes is a family man. He laughs at himself. They said he had a dad bod. He says, "Well, I think of it more as a father figure." I mean, dude, they've got them, like, Kansas City is it right now. They've got the magic touch, and I think the Kansas City Chiefs are a dynasty that pretty much everybody outside of the AFC West could probably get behind to some degree. So yeah, I think the Chiefs are probably going to be a much more. I mean, they're a dynasty. They've won 3 Super Bowls in 4 years. They're already a dynasty. But I think that people are going to mind. Now there's going to start to be some Kansas City Chiefs fatigue, some Patrick Mahomes fatigue, but I don't think it's going to come on quite as bad as like Brady and Belichick. Because just like you said, Brady and Belichick were very, very unlikable. The evil empire, as they like to call them.
Yeah.
Kansas City right now is sort of the epicenter of football because of all the winning that's going on there. They've got
Now,
3
let
bona
me
fide
ask
Hall
you.
of Famers. Go ahead.
The Chiefs were helped out a lot by the Tyreek Hill trade. Do the
Yes, they were.
Bengals, if they can't get a deal done with Jamar, do they trade him
Yeah, they should.
middle of the year?
Yeah, they could.
They should.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I would.
Yeah, I would trade him. I would trade him to it. Yeah, dude, absolutely, dude. You can get a king's ransom for Jamar Chase, and it would really help.
Yeah.
Dude, he's. I mean, outside of Minnesota, Jamar Chase is number 1 receiver wherever he goes. I think he's better than CeeDee Lamb. Justin Jefferson, I don't know, man. Justin Jefferson is better than Jamar, but not by much. And here's something else a lot of people don't realize about Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase is a lot bigger than people think. Jamar is a faster, light-skinned version of Terrell Owens. That is a big dude, man. Like, he's a big body receiver. He's very physical. So yeah, if I'm a team in need of a receiver to put me over the top, yeah, I'm putting in calls to Cincinnati. Hey, look, I'll give you a 1, a 2, and a couple of 3s, and maybe a bag of balls for Jamar Chase. That's what I would do.
Let me put this out there.
Okay.
If the Bills are like 5-2 going into the trade deadline,
that would
you
be,
give him Jamar Chase.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Oh, now that makes the Bills formidable, because you already see James Cook is poised to have another great year.
Yeah.
You got James Cook, dude. If you got Jamar on one side, you got Keon Coleman on the other. Man, watch out. But if the Bills do this, that's going to hamstring them. If the Bills trade for Jamar Chase, like, this is it. It's Super Bowl or bust for Buffalo at this point.
I'm just saying, if they go in the trade deadline, like 5-2 in prime to win division,
Hey, man,
I
I'd put in a
think
call. I put in a call to
it would
Cincinnati.
extend their Super Bowl window
It would.
1 year.
It would because it'd be
Yeah,
this year
exactly.
and next
It
year.
would reopen it for this year.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely. Yeah, no, that's actually a pretty good. That's a good trade offer there. So the Sunday night game is going to be a very interesting game. It is this year's number 1 overall pick against last year's number 2 overall pick. The Chicago Bears going into Houston against C.J. Stroud and that high-powered Houston Texans offense. Houston 6.5-point favorites on the road at home. Now this is going to be C.J. Stroud's first primetime game, so everyone is going to watch. I think this is Houston's first primetime game in a couple of seasons, so it'll be very, very cool to kind of see Houston get a little bit of shine. How do you see this one going, Miami, Jay?
I think CJ Stroud will be up for prime time, and I think Houston goes balls to the wall. I don't think the Bears stand a chance.
Yeah, I agree.
Give me Houston covering, and I'll take the over.
Okay, all right. Okay, how do you see this going, Jay Blaze?
Caleb Williams is terrible. Week 1.
Oh my God.
They should have lost that game. If it wasn't for the Titans quarterback just absolutely throwing the worst
my God, you wet the bed.
I've ever seen.
Oh my God, that was the
They should have
worst.
lost.
That was the worst.
And dude, this is why the Bears, I think they should have kept Fields for another year. I think they should have.
Here we go.
Because you give Fields the offense Caleb Williams has right now.
There you go.
Dude, I think he could have done some things.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Texans. I think they cover. I have no trust in Caleb Williams.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going 3 for 3. I think the Texans cover. I think they win this game by 3 touchdowns. But I'm going to take the under. Because the Bears have a good defense. They just signed, they've got a lockdown corner in Jalen Johnson. He'll probably be matched up with Nico Collins, who is their number 1 receiver. But then that leaves Tank Dell and Stephon Diggs, who scored a touchdown in his Texans debut. And they got to worry about Joe Mixon, who balled out 159 yards. He is the NFL's leading rushing rusher right now. Yeah, listen, I'm going to take Houston to cover, but I'm going to take the under because I don't think Chicago's going to score very many points. I see this being 28-3, 31-10 type game. I don't see this going over. So I'm going to take Houston to cover, but I'm going to take the under. And, of course, the last game on the docket are the Atlanta Falcons visiting the 1-0 Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are 6-point favorites at home against Kirk Cousins and the Falcons. Now, we know that Kirk Cousins has a very bad record on prime time. The last time he went to Philadelphia, the last 2 times he's been to Philadelphia with Minnesota, we absolutely just drubbed him. Now he's coming there with the Atlanta Falcons, who probably are a better team, probably are better teams than he had with the Vikings. So how do you see this one going, Miami J?
I'll take the Eagles to win, but I think that Atlanta makes it a much, much closer game than it needs to be. I think I can see not that I have a crystal ball or anything, but I can see the Eagles winning it in a last-minute field goal or something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll take the over, too. I think there's going to be points scored in this game.
Absolutely. Jesus Christ, because we can't play fucking defense. That's for goddamn sure. How do you see this going, Jay Blaze?
The Falcons had no timing with their wideouts last week.
Yeah, that's true.
Will it take a week to get timing together with the quarterback and wideouts? Because you have to think, the Vikings, when Kirk Cousins with the Vikings had so much time to get on the same page as his wideouts, I think I'm going to take the Eagles to cover.
Okay, all right.
Just because of that.
You're going to take the over or the under?
Maybe mid-season, I think the Falcons could be dangerous.
Okay.
But I don't know I think it's too early in the year.
Okay, all right. Yeah. Are you going to take the over or the under?
I will take the under.
Okay, I agree with Miami J. I think the Eagles win. I don't think we cover, but I am going to take the over. The Eagles turned the ball over 3 times against Green Bay, and we still hung 34 points on those boys. But we also gave up 29 points. Now, we are going to get Devin White back, and the Defensive Player of the Week, by the way, or one of the Defensive Player of the Week candidates was Zach Bond for the Eagles, who had 15 tackles and 2 sacks. The only reason why he didn't get it is because I think somebody else had 3 sacks, but he was a maniac out there. You add Devin White to that linebacking core, and I really think we can do. I really think we can improve the defense. That being said, I think that given the Eagles' uncertainty on defense, dude, we're supposed to be loaded on defense. We did not show it. I don't know if that was just Jordan Love and the Packers being good or the Eagles' defense being bad. I'm going to lean towards the latter. I think the Falcons probably hang 30 on the Eagles. I see the Eagles winning this game 40-36 or something like that. Maybe 37-34 at the gun on a long field goal by Jake Elliott. So I think the Eagles win. I think they cover, and I'm going to take. No, I think they win. They do not cover, but I am going to take the over. Okay, very good. All right. Final thoughts on today's topics, guys.
Real quick, sorry, Blaze, you took the Eagles, right?
Yeah, I took the Eagles.
Got it. Sorry, I'm just finishing
you're
our
all right.
picks here.
All right, very good. So final thoughts on today's give your final thoughts on whatever topic you think is the most important.
Yeah, look, thank God Pochettino's here for the U.S. Soccer. Shannon Sharpe is a legend. Tua should retire, and that's that.
Okay, very good. Jay Blaze, what you got?
I do agree. Tua should retire. I think the Shannon Sharpe thing was a ploy to make people not call Shannon Sharpe gay. And let me ask you, is Jamar Chase, how much better is he than Stephon Diggs in his prime?
Wow, that's a good question.
Much better. Look, you can make an argument that Jamar Chase is the number 1 receiver in the league.
He is a number 1
I don't
anywhere
think he
goes.
is, but you can make that argument. He's top 3 for sure.
Yeah,
Stephon Diggs was never top 3.
No, he never was. He was really good in Minnesota with Kirk Cousins. And then he was really good. Listen, he led the Bills in receiving yards. I think the 3 years he was in Buffalo. But yeah, I agree. I think that Jamar is his
No,
prime
he
would be
was
good.
a number one receiver, but he
Right.
wasn't top 5 in the league ever.
Absolutely. Right. He was right. He's almost like he was almost like an Amon-Ra St. Brown. Amon-Ra St. Brown is the Lions' number one receiver, but I don't think anybody thinks of him as one of the best receivers in the league.
Yeah,
Now,
there you go.
Can you name any other team that you could see him go to, Jamar Chase, and him making that big of an impact?
The only other
Maybe the Texans?
only thing, nah, I don't think they would trade for Jamar Chase. They're loaded.
Yeah.
They're that.
I think it's
receiver
the
room is-
Bills or like I'm just thinking about a playoff team.
Atlanta
that-
would be if the Bills. Atlanta would be a good one. I think Tampa could use a guy like Jamar. Mike Evans is not getting any younger. Chris Godwin is hurt a lot, so I
there you
think
go.
he'd be
Yeah.
good in Tampa. I think those are probably they wouldn't need him in Carolina because that season's done. Yeah, I think those are probably
they're not-
the only teams. Maybe the new.
They're not
maybe
trading
the
him in
Saints.
division, so I don't see him go to the Ravens.
That's true. Yeah, there you go. They're definitely not going to do that. Oh God Almighty, they're definitely not trading Jamar to the dude. You trade Jamar to the Ravens and it's over. Like that's a wrap.
Yeah.
Holy God, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you guys, man. I think Tua should retire. I don't think he will. It's just gonna be very. Oh, the Chargers is another good team. That's another good spot for Jamar Chase.
Oh, yeah,
Justin
Chargers.
Herbert
That's
ain't got
good
anybody
shout.
out there.
Yeah.
That'd be a very good trade.
Dude,
But
you
yeah,
give Herbert a number one wideout.
Ooh.
He's never had a number one
never
wideout.
had a number one. He's had a couple of 1As to 2s with Mike Williams and Keenan
Yeah.
Allen, but Mike Williams is always hurt, and so is Keenan Allen. So,
Yeah.
but I think Tua should definitely retire. I don't like, dude, like when you watch boxing, like we like knockouts and things like that, but we don't like to see guys get hurt. When you're watching an MMA fight and something crazy happens, like Anderson Silva snaps his leg in two against Chris Weidman, or Chris Weidman snapping his leg in two, or some Bruce, you don't expect that, right? You know what I mean? But and when it happens, we're always surprised and thoughts and prayers. But with Tua, now we're gonna anticipate it, man. Like I just don't like dude. When he took off, I'm thinking to myself, he's definitely going to slide because it's Tua. He didn't slide, and we all saw what happened, man. So hopefully, I hope he retires because I don't want to see this kid. I don't want to see him end up like mentally retarded or have brain damage. You know what I mean? Like I just don't want to see that.
And-
That would be horrible.
And Tua is a very well-spoken guy.
Yes.
And dude, he could get a QB, coordinator job like that.
All day.
And
He
it could
knows the
turn
game.
into like a
You know
either
what?
college coach
He
or
could
an NFL
get a
coach.
TV gig really
Of course.
easily too.
Of course.
Very, very
Absolutely.
quickly.
And the cool thing about Tua is he's very unique. He's Hawaiian and he's left-handed. Like we've never had a Hawaiian. I mean, there was Marcus Tuiasosopo who went to Colorado, but he was third string for the Raiders. Back in
Marcus Mariota.
Oh, now there's Marcus Mariota. That's another guy. Marcus Mariota, born and raised in Hawaii. Started Oregon, but being a Hawaiian left-handed quarterback, like that combination is just kind of cool. And the fact that he is, just like Jay Blaze says, he is deadly accurate. That is his superpower. But I think he's got to hang him up, man, for his sake, for his daughter's sake, for his wife's, for his family's sake. He's got to retire, man.
It might just be bad luck or something. Dude, he's always in these situations.
Yeah.
How do you not slide? And dude, unless he gets like coaching from Tom Brady on how to just get the ball out really fast,
Yeah, man.
dude, I just don't see it. Like, and McDaniel, like, I don't know how he schemes it up where, hey, get the ball out real quick because you have two speedsters that
Yes.
West Coast
The West Coast offense, or dump the ball. Yeah, dump the ball off to Achane. Yeah, he does. Because the speedsters need time to get down the field, which means Tua needs an extra second and a half to 2 seconds. Defenders are going to bear down on him. Listen, the Miami offensive line has been very good the last couple of years. All right, Walter, Jesus. The Miami offensive line has been very, very good the last couple of years, and they've been good this year too. This one was brought on by Tua. This one was Tua's fault. Not to blame an injury on a player, but had he slid, we would not be in this. He would not be in this situation. At least,
and we had an entire year we didn't have any issues, but we don't know. Like, dude, some bad flukes could happen, and you never know. There could be a countdown on it because I worked with a guy who had concussion issues, and dude, he was like off. And you just don't want to see that with Tua.
I cannot, I cannot imagine seeing another concussion like this. Can you imagine if he gets another concussion and his hands go like, dude, at that point,
He might die on the field.
You know what I mean? Dude, at that point, I don't know, man. At some point, you got to protect the player from himself. The Dolphins might just have to shut this kid down and be like, look, dude, you had a good run. You know, you led the league in passing last year. Just like Jay Blaze said, you won a championship at Alabama. You're set for life generationally. Like, there's no need to take a chance with your life in this dangerous game where the injury where the injury rate is 100%. You are going to get hurt when you play professional football. Oh yeah.
This isn't baseball or anything.
No.
If he gets another one, maybe his hands like end up that way.
Oh my god.
You don't know,
dude.
Like his nervous system might not go back, like bounce back. Like we don't know.
Yeah,
the brain is a weird. You don't know.
It's a weird thing. You're right. It's a weird thing, man. And now, see, on the other side of that, Troy Aikman had multiple concussions, but he's been calling football games now with Joe Buck for 20 years, right? But he never had the fencing. I mean, I don't know the thing with the hands, dude. That's what makes it really bad. This is why people this is why people are telling him to retire, because these are bad concussions, man. Like, there are different level. Like, there are different. Listen, concussions are never good, but some are worse than others. We never know which concussions are worse than others. We know the Tua concussions are really fucking bad because we have seen the immediate effects. The dude was stumbling. He stumbled and fell down. His hands seized up twice. The 3 concussions that he has had, we have seen the effects immediately, and that's just fucking scary, man. I really hope he hangs it up, man.
Think back to Keith Richards. I bet he did the most drugs of anyone ever.
Oh my
God,
yes.
He's been chain smoking since he was like 19. And for some reason he's still alive.
He's still fucking alive.
A lesser man would probably be, he would have been passed away by now. And you don't know, like, Troy Aikman could be that guy that just recovered. He's like just genetic wise.
Yeah.
Tua might not have the genetics of a Troy Aikman.
It doesn't look like he has them already.
Yeah.
Phantom 313 says they got to draft a quarterback. I don't want to see him end up like Junior Seau or Andre Waters. Junior Seau, Andre Waters, Dave Duerson, Justin Strelzek, Javon Belcher. Who else, man? Aaron Hernandez. Like, dude. OJ Simpson, possibly. Like, dude, CTE fucks you the fuck up, man. Aaron Hernandez had CTE at 27 years old, man.
Yeah.
27 years old. This dude had Javon Belcher. I don't know if you guys remember that story. Javon Belcher was a linebacker for the Kansas City Chiefs. He had severe CTE. Nobody knew it until he shot his girlfriend dead in front of his mother, then drove to Arrowhead Stadium and shot himself in the parking lot, despite Scott Pioli and all of his teammates telling him not to. Dude, look, man, Tua's got to retire because CTE will fucking fuck you up. Because for every one Troy Aikman, there's 5 Dave Duersons, 5 Junior Seaus. It does not. Listen, Troy Aikman is the exception to the rule, and you want to know something? We don't really know that he's the exception to the rule yet because we don't know if he might still suffer.
Yeah, he's not that old. Still.
He's not. He's still relatively a young man. So we'll see what happens with him. But
it's like people doing LSD. Like it just hits them. Man. Eventually, it could be just a waiting time bomb. And dude, Tua has 2 young kids. Like, I would hate to see him just go, and his kids are basically, dude. It's a very weird situation, and like just to think about the organization, dude, it would cripple the Dolphins.
Oh my god!
Like you can't dude. It's a messed up thing. Like, ugh.
If Tua retires and they have to pay him that $93 million, I don't think that counts. I don't think that counts towards the salary cap. I think that goes back to zero because you're not paying him to be on the football team. You are paying him because his salary is guaranteed. I don't know. I wouldn't know exactly how that would work, but Phantom 313 also says not to mention that he had a concussion when he played in Alabama. I mean, oh my god, it's scary, man.
Hey guys, sorry, I don't mean to keep it short, but I gotta run.
Listen, it's after. Listen.